Amazon.
All right.
Amazon?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to session number 3 of Dungeons and Dummies.
Yay!
I would like to begin today's session with saying a few quick thank yous to a few people that followed us between last session and today. Starting with Chris Sawapski, Saturn92, Detective Grimm, Billy Bit 55, and Bell to You. Thank you so much to all 5 of you for giving us the follows, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can continue to maintain a steady bit of happiness for everybody.
You have
They're
all
going to
of
say
our
maintain a
rules.
steady relationship.
I mean, close enough.
By the end, we marry all the followers.
Oh god. Oh.
And with
Didn't
that
you read
being
Scott?
That's
said,
the polygamist.
I will
Colony.
move our one player that's going to be doing our
We got lots
recap
of
here
polygons.
closer to the microphone. Fingers crossed everyone will be
Polyamory.
able to hear him okay, and then he can hear everybody else okay. If anyone seems to have any problems anywhere in between now and the end, let us know and we'll try and fix it.
Just calm down.
And with that being said,
Where did it go?
Minato, the mic is yours.
Okay, so we started out after just killing the jackals, and we started to skin them. To which me and Soraya started to skin them, and then Soraya had a vision, to which I took over skinning and finished it, and I butchered one very badly, to which I gifted to Jebidiah for offering us dinner. To that, Narthel found a couple flowers that were really gross, but were beautiful to his own self. To which he gifted all of us each one. And then we went into the house to look through, and we found a bunch of locked doors. And then I found a secret hatch into the bedroom, to which I invited Soraya and Captain Rajani to come check it out with me. And then Snow went to check out what was happening in the bathroom to find we weren't there, to find us in the bedroom. To which then we went to have dinner. Everyone ate. Nartho loved the dinner. Me and Captain Johnny threw it out, and I tried to make up how it wasn't good, but I failed miserably. Made Jebidiah cry. Then had a heart-to-heart with Naruto about how he can be a free goblin. Got him drunk. That was fun. Escorted him to the bed. Then me, Captain Johnny, Snow, and Soraya went to the library. We found his diary saying how he did something bad to his sister, and how Nartho's master came through and looked into some arcane books, tore out a couple pages. We then hog-tied Jebidiah, tried to hog-tie Jebidiah to the bed, to which he punched Captain Ajani in the face. Then I retaliated by punching him back and knocking him out. Then we tied him to the bed, on the floor, not actually on the bed. And we, me, Captain Ajani, and Soraya went down the whole hatch, and Snow, Nartho, and Honey went to the other door to find a locked girl that kind of is out of it into the cupboard. And when we went down the hatch, we found 3 skeletons, if I can remember correctly. And that's where we left off.
You also missed the they cracked open the safe and found money. They didn't
Oh,
crack the
right,
safe.
yeah.
They actually cracked open the safe.
Yeah, I forgot about the safe.
Forgot about me going to the library too, but
I said Snow went into the library.
That's not
It's
snow.
not snow.
Oh,
wow.
Do we sound the
my
same?
bad.
Rip. Time for impersonations. Anyways.
Anyway, that was pretty much perfect. Minato, take yourself your inspiration point.
And
And then with that being said, we will start upstairs with Snow and Nartho in the room with the safe. What would you two care to do?
I already cleared it.
I mean, yes.
But y'all still there?
We Narco have shiny.
Nartho, listen closely. I have an important task for you.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give you some of this coin,
Uh-huh.
and you're gonna have to split it evenly
Uh-huh.
among the other members, okay?
Uh-huh.
Are you ready for this?
Nartho ready.
I give him 50 gold.
Alright.
Nartho have shiny.
Small happy goblin man.
Yeah, small happy goblin man.
So Snow hands Nartho 50 gold pieces and was also given a very important task.
To distribute said 50 gold pieces.
Exactly.
Doesn't have to be evenly. Do what you want.
Time to seduce.
Oh.
Seduce Nartho.
Oh.
Soup? I don't know.
Is there anything else you two would like to do within this room, or
There was only the safe. in
There was
this
only the
room,
safe,
right?
there's nothing else, right?
correct?
Where's Honey right now? Where's Honey right now?
I am right now
At
with the
the-
old man, and I was yelling at you guys.
Yeah.
Remember?
We found someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that we found a comatose / soulless woman in a closet. No big deal.
And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
left the comatose woman on the floor in the
Just
other room.
left her there. Should we
Fine.
like drag her into the bedroom? Let's just put her on the bed. Make her comfy.
Nartho strong.
Yeah, I'm not, so that's gonna be your job.
Nartho gonna try carry woman.
Let's see. We'll go back into to the other room to grab the woman.
Are you picking her up by yourself? Are you teamworking it?
Yeah,
or...
let's teamwork.
Alright. Between both of you picking her up, I'm assuming one at the legs, one at the head kind of idea. You don't really have a problem picking her up.
Okay,
Nartho's also 3 foot. How tall are you?
like 6 foot.
So
Awkward. Never
She's
mind.
on us, man.
Nartho, I'm going to need a strength check. 'Cause there's a whole lot more weight coming down at you now.
well, modified 20.
Alright, yeah. You, even though there's more weight coming down at you now because of the awkward angle that this woman is now hanging in between
Please
you
tell me
two,
I have her head.
Do you have her head?
you don't really have an issue carrying her out.
Yeah.
So you carry her out, I'm assuming, into the old man Jebidiah's bedroom, to which you see Honey yelling down the hole.
Martha.
Honey, 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 honey.
Yes, Nartho.
Did you just drop her?
Oh no no no!
Oh
He's screaming honey. He's screaming honey while he's like holding her feet or something. Honey,
Okay.
come here!
I'll run to them. What's wrong? What's wrong?
I have a gift for you.
This woman.
Can we put her somewhere?
Oh, lady, go in bed.
You bringing me a comatose lady?
No, no,
as a
no.
gift.
Nartho have different gift. Nartho have different gift.
I would hope
Honey,
so.
wait.
Come on.
Honey,
Guide
wait.
them into the bedroom.
Alright, you take her over to the bed and you lay her down. No real issues. You struggle a bit to get her above your 3 feet,
Okay.
but still manage to get her down onto the bed without hurting her.
Good.
Honey.
Yes.
Nartho takes out the 50 golds, and he sits on the floor, and he has them in a pile, and he's counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Scoops up for honey.
Oh, thank you. Where'd you get money from?
Important task. Important
Okay.
task.
We'll talk more later.
Puts the rest in his
I'll
pocket.
put this in my pocket. I gained 10 gold.
I lose 10 gold.
Just, yeah. Do you want to pass me the box of tissues over there?
Oh no.
Thank you.
Important task.
Graphite dust.
I Understandable.
Well, I don't know what's going on with those guys down there, but they're not really answering me about what we should do with the chick.
Should we go down there? I mean,
How's the old man?
Nartho looked like
He
Jebidiah.
seems to be stirring, which makes me...
Hit him
Should we
again.
knock him back out.
Hit him again.
That's up to you. I'm not gonna hit him.
Pick his head up.
From below there, it's like, Nartho, are you abusing Jebidiah?
No! Jebidiah awakened.
Hit him again!
Hit him again!
Why are we so violent?
Nartho's gonna give him a on with the back of his the handle just to try and get him to stop.
All
Not
right.
to hurt him, but to just knock him out again.
Roll to hit. Well,
He's prone, so advantage.
Oh no.
I'm trying to decide if it should be a roll to hit, because I mean he's not fully awake, so whether or not it would just be a strength check to see if you just knock him out.
I think that would
Again.
be more
He's
so.
also tied up.
Yeah, he is also tied up.
He's
True.
V-prone.
I think a strength check to see if she knocks him back out again would be nice.
Okay,
Okay.
roll me a strength check. Depending on the number, you're either gonna knock him out or kill him.
Uh-oh.
He did! That is a natural 20, sir.
Oh,
I was,
First blood.
I would say that's a success for what she was trying to do.
Oh! I guess
I feel like
one
a crit
would
fail
be
would be
a
she
kill.
didn't control her strength and crack his skull open.
fair enough.
Okay.
So Nartho, you
Oh,
hear
Nartho's
Captain Ajani yell at you to hit him again.
Mhm.
Make sure he's not gonna wake up to try and prevent you from completing the tasks that you have set out for yourselves.
Mhm.
As you wind up, take the ass end of your sword. You start driving it towards him,
Yeah.
and you think to yourself, maybe this is a little too hard.
Yeah.
You pull your punch a little bit. You hit him square on the forehead.
It's gonna hurt.
Leaves a square.
He stops moving.
Oh god.
And breathing.
His eyes are no longer fluttering. He's no longer in that state of trying to awaken.
Is he still breathing?
I quickly go to check his pulse.
You can both roll a medicine check.
I got a 7.
That is a 21.
Alright. Nartho.
Mhm.
As you check his pulse, you don't know where to look.
That's gonna pound
You
him.
think this man is dead.
Oh my god! Nartho killed him!
Honey, you find this pulse without a problem, and he is not dead.
That's because you're grabbing his toes, Nartho. You have to check here. He's alive.
Okay. Nartho glad.
And then with that, if there's anything else,
Should we jump
Have we
down the
checked
hole?
the room yet?
I think we have. This is the room there was just the hatch and then the
Oh, his
fancy
bedroom,
bed and
yeah.
the fancy drawer, but
Did we
nothing.
check the man? Aside from the keys.
Are you saying we loot his body?
Loot him up.
are you looting the body?
I just wanted to see what else he's got on him.
Okay.
Like an airplane pad down.
You find... Well, you already took his keys from him. There's not really too much to find on him, other than his... what would now be pajamas.
Oh, true.
A little bit of blood trailing down his face from being hit twice.
Good.
You do find a couple copper pieces in his pocket, his right pocket, that didn't quite stay in his coin purse.
Oh. Nartho. Nartho.
Yeah,
Good boy.
Thank you! More shiny!
When you
Nartho's
finally
like
gets
the
a
party
dog.
pet. Nartho's the party pet.
Pats Nartho on the head.
How many copper pieces?
Two.
Okay.
And that's about it. With that, we will jump down to the 3 in the tunnel that are now about within a 30-foot distance, I believe, is where it got left off from 3
Yeah.
skeletons.
It was me, Soraya, and Johnny in that
correct.
order.
I'm going to pull out some more rope
Okay.
and hand one end to Soraya. It's like, you hold on to this. I feel
Grabs it from you.
if we go around them, we can just wrap them up together and go to town from there.
She kind of just nods at you as a way of approval.
Awesome.
What are your thoughts?
This is the wrong dice.
Minetta?
Sorry, I was doing some
She can even
thinking
touch
about
that.
It's fine.
What was the question?
He's still drunk, it's fine.
I think you should go sit down. I don't think you've had a chance to sober up.
I'm fine. Let's do this.
Alright.
What do you want me to do?
Minito, Soraya and I are gonna run around them with some rope and bunch them together so we can keep them in one spot and then go to town from there. What are your thoughts?
Okay. I like that. I have some flammable alcohol. I can put fire on them.
I know you were holding some in your mouth for a couple of minutes. You just chugged it back right now.
How is he talking?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna spit it on them once it'll be great. We'll get a torchlight. We'll roast some marshmallows.
But
You can
what,
tell me your Celeste story, and I can tell you mine.
but what about my rope?
I'll buy you new rope.
Alright, we're good. Alright, Soraya. Do
And
this
with
at the
that,
same time?
I take a big swig of my flammable whiskey, but I do not drink it. I hold it in my mouth.
Okay.
Would burn.
Soraya looks at you, gives you the same nod of approval, and kind of just waits for your... she'll follow your lead.
Okay, so I'm gonna stretch the rope out so that way we're a good distance away from each other and kind of walk. So then that way we don't get too close to the skeletons, and then as we run around them we can loosen the rope and kind of stay a distance away from them.
Sounds.
So I make sure that we have the rope even between us.
Okay. So then it's like a 15-ish feet between you, so then it's not like super tight kind of idea. And then you've got the same amount on the opposite side of you.
Yeah. And then I'm going to look at Soraya and like, when we cross by each other, I'll duck, you put the rope over me. So that way we don't clothesline each other.
Sounds good.
Alright. And then, are we allowed to synchronize our movement for that?
Absolutely. I'd let you both synchronize, take the same initiative turn kind of idea.
Okay. Then yeah, we're gonna dash so we can go around them as much as we can before
Get your
we run out
30
of
feet
movement.
there and then 30 feet around them.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And try and pull them tight together as we keep going.
Alrighty. So you two start dashing towards them. As you get about 20, 25 feet there, they, instead of having that shambling, I don't know what the hell I'm doing look, they start to turn towards you as if, like, they've noticed that you're now in their presence. And they, they don't have enough time to fully react and start coming towards you as both of you start making that first loop around. As you two get to the back where you're going to duck and Sarai is going to go over, I want both of you to make a... Actually, no, it wouldn't be a dex save. They'd just be rolling to see if they hit you.
Would we be leaving threat hex though? Well, probably like one or the other, yeah.
In at least one way, shape, or form, because of how
Yeah.
they would be within that 10, 15
Yeah,
feet.
we'd be at least leaving one threat hex.
At least once
Yeah.
before they get smushed together.
Yeah. So you're gonna
Where's
make
my dice?
your opportunity attacks.
I wasn't fully prepared. The monster manual's not open.
How dare you?
Wow.
If
God.
I am not the piss poor DM everyone wanted. I don't know who is.
That's where you're. No, never mind. I'm not gonna make that joke. That's too mean.
Just slam my finger into the table.
I need assistance.
911, please help.
Captain Johnny, does a 21 hit you?
If I say no, will you let it slide? Yes, that does hit.
Alright, and I'll just roll my 2 hits. Right here.
How dare you? This is an 81 hunt.
The second one, this is Soraya. So, what dice is this? That is this one. Captain Johnny,
We should just forget.
as you're making your first pass around them, one of the skeletons takes a quick swing at you and catches you right on the side in that one spot where the armor doesn't quite protect you, and you take 4 damage.
I live, bitch. Oh, now let's say that on Twitch.
I live. I was gonna say a little worse than mine.
And
But like I lived home.
you see the second blade coming for Soraya, but you notice that Soraya just takes like that one quick step to the side, and it just right past. After that, it's just a clean, simple back to the front. And if you wanted to, you two could start pulling them together if you wished to do so.
Yes.
Alright. So it's a matter of... I'm gonna get a strength check from both of you, and then I'll get a strength check from the skeletons. Strength check for you two to pull them together, and strength check from them to see if they can keep from being pulled together.
Fair.
If I see them struggling, I want to help out, and whoever's struggling the most, pull on their side too.
Sounds good. Give me 1 second. I will look at the stat of strength. Captain Johnny, what's your strength score?
6.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa.
Gotta go fast. Who needs strength?
Mine's 7. Mine's 19.
So we both have a -2. No wonder we both went rogue.
So, Dylan,
Yeah.
Minato, Soraya rolled a 4.
No, I gotta roll mine.
Yeah.
Okay, 17. That's 19 with a -2.
Okay. I'm assuming you want to help Soraya in this case.
Yep.
So roll with advantage. That's much better. It's a 13. And then the strength checks from the skellies. Okay. Okay. That's just stupid table. Alright. So, you're pulling them together. You notice them not wanting to come together because Soraya's struggling a bit.
Maybe they have family issues, that's why they don't want to come together.
The strength of the gods aren't quite there. All of a sudden, Minato in his drunken state just comes out of nowhere, grabs onto the same side as Soraya and gives one nice yank. And between them two on the one side and you on the other side, the skeletons just smack together in the center of this hallway. And a couple bones you hear crack between them smacking together, and they almost look like they're about to fall apart, but not quite. So with that being said, they're now tied
Restrained?
up into a group and restrained.
I will spit my alcohol on them now.
Alright, I'll get you to roll a 2-hit.
Or would they roll a deck save?
I mean, they can't really move.
Oh, yeah, so immobilize.
Here, let me quickly find the rules on restraint to see if they would actually still be able to make a deck save.
Do I do advantage because they're tied?
More than likely.
Well, if it's an AoE, usually it's a
It'd be a dex save.
maybe a save.
Restrained. Speed becomes 0 and can't benefit from bonus speed. Attack rolls have disadvantage. Attackers have advantage. Disadvantage on dex saves. So I will make them roll a dex save with disadvantage against your
Modified breath attack.
Do you just want me to roll a dex to see, or how does this attack gonna work?
Well, you don't have a spell save DC, do you?
I do not.
Give me a sec.
I can roll a dex and then I can face it against their dex, and that would work.
Well, give me one moment here.
Okay.
A little bit of a ruling situation.
I'm just seeing what like base items have.
Base items.
Yeah, like for example, Alchemist Fire. It's a DC 10 to put yourself out of fire, but like Caltrops is a DC 15 not to step on them. So like in between, like a 12 or a 13, if you guys know, if it's not something he's proficient with, maybe. Well, it's alcohol, so technically he is, but not lighting alcohol on fire. So probably something modified, like somewhere between a 10 and a 12.
I'll make it a 12 because it is alcohol, and as a drunken monk, he's proficient in alcohol, so I would assume he knows where to and where not to put it.
Next time, if I ever go to an AA meeting, that's how I'm going to put it.
Proficient.
So I will make them roll dex saves.
I'm not technically a drunken monk. I get that at level 3, so...
But I mean, you're on your way
You're,
to
you're,
it.
Be
you're,
called a drunk.
you are a drunken monk. You're just not trained in the way of the drunken fist.
Okay. That's fair.
Still stings a little bit on the way down.
So I'll make them roll dex saves with disadvantage against a DC of 12.
Yep, sounds right. I'm not the DM, so that's
Good thing they had disadvantage because the first one was a natural 20.
he just looks at you and just goes full Ghost Rider on your ass.
Good news, Minato. As you have the alcohol sitting in your mouth, you give it one good and it sprays all over all three of them.
Perfect. I'm gonna take that candelabra and set them on fire.
Alright. Do you just, like, toss it at them, or...
I'm gonna do like a jab.
Are you putting it onto, like, a quarterstaff, or are you gonna be within their hex, or...
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be in their hex. I'm gonna straight up just... Well, actually, you know what? I am gonna throw it. I'm just gonna, like, toss at his feet.
Please don't light anybody alive on fire.
It's fine.
0
It's
to 10
okay.
would
It's
not
Captain
recommend.
Johnny's way to just always almost die every combat.
It's a mood.
It's gonna be like a mic drop, just a candelabra drop.
Alrighty.
No eyebrows.
Roll to hit with advantage. You can use your dex, because you're throwing it.
Just no proficiency.
Yeah. So dex modifier, but not the proficiency bonus.
That's a 17.
You definitely hit. As you throw it, it kind of just busts open against one of them, and almost immediately, whoosh, all three of them up in flames, and now this entire hallway is just lit up like a Christmas tree. Not quite as fancy, but...
And I yell, "Let there be light!"
Done.
Now the basement of a wooden house is on fire.
I was gonna make a. Never mind. All right.
It's getting hot in here.
So these things still alive?
For the moment, yeah.
Okay. Do you want us to roll initiative?
At this point, I don't think there's a point.
Are they just gonna try and break free one more time? Or what's gonna happen? Are we just gonna try and pull it tighter and snap them in half while they're on fire? Can we do another contested strength check to see how that goes?
I mean, if you want to, we can.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at them across and be like, just pull tighter.
Alright.
And try and
Kills
pop
I'll
them
take
off
a
around the
lead
waist.
instead of Soraya.
Pardon?
I'm gonna take a lead in pulling instead of Soraya.
Alright.
Bitch syndrome.
I will let you roll with advantage then, for you two on the one side.
Okay. Thank God it was advantage because one of them was a crit fail. But the other one is a 21.
Alright, you two definitely pull them closer.
Well,
and
no.
tighter.
I have the exact opposite. -1.
Oh!
Oh
I rolled a crit fail with
Johnny,
-2.
get your stuff together, man. And I'm gonna use that.
I was like, we're gonna have to pull tighter, and you're immediately like, okay, and you pull me with you.
yeah.
I'm like, I wasn't ready.
Pull tighter.
no. Too beefy, 5 me.
3 beefy.
So I'm gonna say that and say, get your shit together, Johnny. Pull.
You're inspiring him?
I am inspiring him.
Oh,
Make your
Get
reroll,
your
sir.
shit together. I'm so inspired.
that's jacked. That's a 9. That's 10 better.
I mean, it's better than a -1. You're lucky they got a 6. As you go to pull them tighter, it's once again that scenario where you're like, pull tighter, and he's like, done, and just yanks on it without you being fully ready. So you start getting dragged closer to them, but then you catch your feet in the kind of softish soil and give it a good yank, and they just get nice and tight.
Ooh, nice and tight, you say.
I'm actually going to roll a percentile quickly. Okay. Alright, what are you three doing down in the tunnel? You've now got 3 flaming skeletons pretty tied together.
Nartha's gonna look at the light and be like, ooh.
you guys just see light coming from the
Just
trapdoor.
like,
You 3 would absolutely see this bright orange flickering light coming from this hole in the floor.
You think they're okay?
I'm not checking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're
Are they still on fire?
fine.
They are still on fire.
Okay. I'm going to, I'm gonna look across at
Screaming like
Minato and Soraya. Be like, should we just rush them, pull the rope one tight real quick, rush forward and just pummel them? Or are we gonna keep trying
I
to...
have the rest of that whiskey. I can just throw it at him.
Be careful, if that explodes down here and spreads, like, we're stuck in this hallway too, you know.
Just to make it a little bit more visual, it's kind of like a typical mine. It's got like a dirt floor, dirt walls, dirt ceiling, but there is wooden support beams holding up the tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will not throw it.
Do we want to pull her tight, or do we want to dive in and pummel them?
I'll say pull it tight one more, and then
See how that goes?
the rope will probably break by then, and then we'll rush.
Alright.
Okay, on the count of 3, pull, okay?
Alright.
1, 2, 3.
Minato, you do have advantage because Soraya is still helping you.
Oh, great. I critted.
And I got another 9, my dude.
Well, they got a freaking 2, so... this time, you pull, and it actually rips the skeletons in half, so they kind of just fall into a burning pile.
Alright. And then, once they start to fall, I'm going to start immediately pulling the rope back as much as I can before it, like, you know, is destroyed. Try and salvage the rope. I'm just like, okay guys, let go. And just start rolling it back up.
Okay. As you're pulling it back, a very good portion of this rope is now on fire.
I'm gonna drop it to the floor and try and stomp it out.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for that? I don't think the rope's gonna resist.
It's really not. It's got no choice but to let you step on it.
Don't king shape the
Step
rope.
on me, Dad.
Don't king shape the rope.
Roll me a percentile
Okay.
to see how much of the rope you get put out in your first, 6 seconds of stomping on it.
57.
You get about half of the... Between, the 20 feet of rope-ish, 20 to 30 feet of rope that it took to tie them up, about 15% of it is now out. So 15% of it is still... Or 15 feet of it is still burning.
Okay. Do you want to roll again?
I mean, sure, if
I'm
you
just
don't
gonna
want to do anything else.
I'm just putting out the rope. I'm trying to salvage my rope.
Alright, do it one more time.
56.
56. You get another 10 feet of it out with only 5 feet of it
Making a chain link fence.
kind of burning and fraying off. So now you've got one piece of 35-foot rope and a second piece of
10 feet.
15 foot or 10 feet. You could divide it more if you wanted. You could have a 20 and a 20 or...
I'll just go with the 10 and 35.
Okay.
I still got the 50 foot of silk rope, so that's upstairs.
Why do you have 50 feet
do
of
with the
silk
10?
rope?
Reasons.
Alrighty.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So now it's the three of you down in the hole with a pile of flaming skeletons. You do start to smell the little bit of flesh that was still on them, the tiny little bit of hair that was still on their scalps, burning. So you do have that very gross burning flesh stench. That smell slowly starts to make its way upstairs.
It smelled like Nartho home.
Oh.
Is that when Master just showed up at your home and he was just like, your family's left, don't worry about the smell, let's go. You're my pupil now.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I think they started a
trained by
fire.
Goblin Slayer.
We should probably leave.
Are you saying
You
Nartho
call it
home on
said?
fire?
This home is.
Talk about
This
it.
is not your home. We need to take these
Alright,
people out.
I'm gonna call up to them, be like, alright, the danger's cleared, at least what we saw so far. Do any of you guys want to hop down?
Keep
There
going.
is light and smoke coming up from the hatch. You should probably come up.
Would you like us to give you water?
Nartho need help getting down.
I can drop
not
you if
going
you
down,
want.
no.
It too long.
If you have water, we can take that and put up the corpses.
Corpses?
As this
Can
is
we find
happening,
it?
I'm just going to
We can
start
find
kicking
a
dirt on the
hole and bring
corpses.
water down.
You're just gonna start kicking dirt on it? Okay.
How
Yeah,
would we
mother-
get the water down?
Water skin?
Roll me a percentile, Dylan.
Oh, that's
Mean
fine.
a toe.
Taking our water skins? Is that enclosed?
77.
Okay.
I have one. Do you have an explorer's pack? Or a...
I'm gonna see what he's doing that and try and join him then.
I'll let you roll percentile too.
No, we
I'm an idiot and put mine away.
Oh, burn.
Just keep them all out.
I know.
You with the little plastic tab. How extra of you.
It's alright, I'm just trying to keep everything clean. 59.
Between the both of you and just using dirt, you easily get all three of them put out.
Alright. The fire's gone. Now will you come
That's
down?
fine.
Nartho still need help. It's too tall for Nartho legs.
Nartha, you can make it.
And
Believe in yourself.
with that, I'm going to bury the bones as well.
Alright.
How deep is this? How
10 feet down.
But then there's 2 feet of ladder. So it's like an 8-foot drop.
Okay, but
Can
if
I-
Nartho's 3 foot tall,
Can I carry him on my back and jump
Oh.
down?
You could. It would be...
You could also psych him out and just fall onto your back.
You could crush him like a grape.
Either
You definitely try.
Nartho wouldn't take any fall damage because he's 3 feet.
Primary
shorter.
load is him.
No, he could just hop down.
If
Or
if
I
you
go down
hypothetically
first and
looked
I'll-
at it, there's 2
I'll
feet
throw
of
you.
ladder. you're 3 feet from head to feet, right? Now, if your arms are above your head and you're hanging from that bottom rung,
I guess so.
it's actually a little bit less than that. It would be like
4 feet.
6 feet with a 4
Use
foot
Snow's
drop.
tail.
So you'd theoretically be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Nartho, go.
Yeah, it's once you start going over 10 feet, then you start taking damage.
Okay. 10 feet.
Like if you were just
Okay.
standing at the top and you jumped down,
Nartho would, though.
you'd be taking damage.
No, Nartho's not that stupid, I hope. Well,
Well.
he has intelligence of 3. Nartho will use the ladder.
Solid choice. Go ahead.
Nartho's scared. Nartho don't want to let go. He's gonna start kicking his little feet. Help!
So right now, it's
Oh,
it's a small drop. You can do it. I believe in you.
Nartho's scared.
Nartho's stuck on the ladder, Ashani. What do we do?
Nartho, you need to let go of the ladder. It's gonna attack you.
I go up to the ladder right under Nartho, and I say, "Come here, little buddy. I got you."
All right.
Reach up and grab him.
He let go and falls into Minato's arms.
Will
you catch me?
I'll always be there for you, little buddy. And I put him on my shoulder.
Nartho happily sit on shoulder. Nartho happy.
I'm just looking up some spells. Give me a second.
Oh no.
It's for Soraya.
Okay.
Soraya's about to betray us all down here. Don't worry about it.
Oh shit.
Chad, we all ganged up and killed your character.
Oops.
Oh, GG.
Don't come
It was
to school
an
today, fam.
Dark.
What the fudge is it?
You can go first, Snow.
Watch your profanity.
Maybe somebody should
You know what?
stay here.
I don't. Enlighten me.
Did I read the spell wrong?
What spell?
Are we allowed to say
Toll of the Dead.
I need
It
to
does
know what the
8
list
damage,
is.
and then it does 12
No
damage
words.
if they
Yeah,
have
no
been wounded.
Spare the dying.
Spare the dying? That one is, it stabilizes someone who's dying.
Okay. I was just trying to figure out if he had a spell that would raise one of these skeletons as a teammate for you, but I don't think he has that.
Not at his level. Not at level 2. He's not a Grave Domain Cleric anymore. No, he is. Sorry, I was
Yeah,
thinking
he
of a
is.
different campaign where someone died session 1 as a Grave Domain Cleric. Never mind.
Alright.
It's
all good.
Wrong character. I was like, yeah.
I have my answers.
Fine then, keep your
So,
secrets.
do you all
You hate
just
me.
go down into the hole and leave Jebidiah upstairs? Are one of you staying behind? What's
I'll
going
stay
on?
behind. I don't want to jump into this gross, nasty hole.
Not after you hear us say, like, don't worry, it's just the corpse.
Yeah, just the corpses and the fire and like the brimstone. No, I'm staying up here, fam.
You're gonna have to knock the man out if he starts waking up again.
Snow, would you like to accompany me here?
I've gotta go where the action is, sorry.
Oh, I'll just stay here.
Thank you for sitting in on this first hour.
Yeah.
I will let you know in the future in regards to guest appearances.
Right on.
Alright.
Shout out to the disembodied voice.
I mean, she did walk over here. So.
She was on camera for a brief moment.
The slightly embodied voice.
Slightly. Briefly.
So Snow, are you? No, you're going with the action.
Yes.
So you're staying up by yourself?
Should probably not leave the 2 unconscious people alone.
I shout out from the hole. You can throw him down.
Honey, come join us. It's
I
a
can't.
party.
While they're discussing
Drag them
this, I'm
along.
going to take a look on ahead just to see if it's a dead end, if it's even worth people coming down here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Only if you catch the woman.
Go ahead
that-
and roll investigation.
Nartho Catwoman.
You have dark vision?
Minato?
Yes.
Just go perception then, because you're just looking to see if the
Passive
tunnel keeps
16 do
going.
anything. Do you want me to roll?
I want you to roll because I like hearing the dice roll.
25.
Dice rolling
25?
ASMR?
Yeah.
All right.
That could, could be a thing.
You do see the tunnel goes on for a little bit further past the skeletons, but not very far. And at the very end, you do see another door.
Oh, door. Listen in.
There's
Report
nothing
back.
down here. No, I'm kidding. I'll just go on ahead. Don't worry.
It's clear.
This is just another door, just at the end.
It's just like another wooden, similar in style to like a barn door, but it's like the on hinges kind of door, not the
Yeah,
sliding
so it's
door.
probably got a keyhole. Do any of you have Jebidiah's keys? Looks like there's a door down here. It might be locked.
We may.
Alright. I'm gonna go forward and see if the door's safe to open.
Honey, I'm gonna come down.
And then while they're
Honey,
doing it, I'll let
Narco
you
miss
deal with
you.
them while I'm going down the hallway.
Sounds good.
Nartha hasn't seen you in years.
It's been 20 seconds, Nartho.
It's been a Nartho year.
Minato?
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's been a whole 20 seconds.
Minato, I can kind of drop them down if you'll catch the bodies.
Why are we dropping them down here?
Let the bodies in
I'll catch it with Nartho.
Alright. I will attempt to first get...
Hold on.
Yes, no?
Why?
We can't leave them unconscious alone. What if they wake up?
Oh, you're gonna go down?
Apparently Nartho needs a babysitter.
Nartho missed the party as a whole.
Drop Jebidiah. I want to use him as a shield.
Minato? Stop
I
that.
have some questions.
Also, I'm quite concerned that just being in your proximity is getting Nartho drunk. The way he's been talking.
He'll go off his breath.
I think so. Honey.
Stop calling me honey. Alright.
We should
Wait,
use
check the door
Jebidiah
first.
just in case
That's why I was going down.
anything goes
I'm
wrong.
showing
He
this
can
back
also
down
tell
hall.
us what's behind the door before we open it.
Alright,
And
well,
make him open it.
Me? Sure.
No, make Jebidiah open it.
I don't trust Jebidiah. What if it's the escape route and he
He's
locks us out?
unconscious.
We'll have him tied, but we'll kind of like how the old West they had them tied to the horses.
Who are you gonna call the horse in this situation?
Nartho!
Nartho, no.
Narth, no.
We'll hold it.
Narth,
and
no.
It'll be like a leash.
We're leashing a man in his basement.
Can Nartho have
Don't get
pet?
ashamed.
What?
Can Nartho have pet Jebidiah?
Yes,
Pet humans are not a thing that you need.
they can start now.
I'm just gonna roll very don't mind me.
You're right.
Toss down Jebidiah.
Minato?
But he's on rope. We can just
Yeah.
rope him.
Stop that!
Tell me what I'm doing, otherwise I'm just gonna tie them and throw them down the hole.
Just, we need to. Do you hear anything behind the door?
I'm gonna press my ear against the door and then look through the keyhole.
Alright, I'll go investigation on this one.
Okay.
You see an eye looking back.
Just a mirror on the other side.
Just poke a pen through it.
I put Nartho down and says, I'm gonna go check
18.
on Johnny. I'll be right back, buddy.
I only got a plus
Okay.
one investigation.
Nartho's still
I said
looking up at
18.
the
I only have a
line.
plus one for my investigation. 8.
When you stick your ear to
The door.
the door, thank you, sorry. You don't hear anything, and when you put your eye through the keyhole, due to your dark vision, you see a little bit of something. You see what appear to be
Little bit.
shelves with glass containers of some sort.
So storage. I mean,
It looks like a storage room. You know,
oh,
it's got some glass bottles on shelves. Minato, I think you should forget about those bodies and just see if it's alcohol. I think that's a more pressing situation for you, don't you? Trying to convince him
Okay.
to leave
I walk
Jebidiah
up behind
alone.
Johnny. I crack my knuckles.
Oh, fuck.
I wind up.
I have
I
the
wind
keys.
up.
I'm gonna stand up in front of him and be like, don't push the door open like that just in case it's booby trapped. I'm right here. Just at least let me step out of the way.
Step out of the way.
Nartho's gonna stand at the bottom of the ladder with his arms
Okay.
out.
And then I
Nartho,
wind up.
catch!
Wait,
I wind up
Minato.
to do a huge punch.
Minato, one sec. Snow just said,
I have keys. I have his key ring.
And as I go for the punch, I just try the door.
is it locked? Is what he's pretty much saying.
No.
And then I walk in.
Well,
Do you have dark vision, sir?
I do.
Alright.
Is everyone?
Yeah.
yeah, we all have dark vision.
As you
Sick torches.
open it, I'm gonna jump back to Nartho and Honey for a second.
Nartho's standing at the bottom and says, Nartho, catch! Hands up.
No, thank you.
Nartho, catch!
Your service is no longer required.
I'm just gonna stop looking at the doorway and just slowly look back at the spectacle and see what's gonna drop on Nartho.
Captain Ajani, we need to figure out what we're doing. Am I staying up here alone with the two people? Am I
I'm
coming
still up
down?
here.
Are we
Nartho,
tossing the bodies down?
Nartho, Miss Honey. Nartho,
Well,
catch!
I think now that everyone but you is Snow up there too with
I'm
you?
up here still, yeah. I didn't jump down yet.
I just had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
If we all jump down, it's gonna be harder for us to get back up.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing as the ladder is broken.
I was planning on throwing a rope down.
Nartho's gonna look up and be like, Nartho can't reach ladder!
We could use his expensive bed sheets.
Well, now Nartho's having a
We
panic
can break his
attack.
bed apart and make a ladder.
Nartho trapped!
Nartho's panicking now.
Nartho,
What next, Captain?
what next? He starts hyperventilating.
Nartho. The tunnel, it's still open. It's not like you've been locked down here. You can still get out. If worst comes to worst, we can chuck you out of the hole.
Throw.
Throw.
Have fun.
At least 15 feet.
Ooh.
And then however high the ceiling is.
Are you two both like standing over the hole
we're
looking
down.
down?
Yeah, as we're having conversation.
I'll
So,
communicate.
see? Nartho's all calm now.
Nartho's a simple bean.
Minato, as you open and go into the room, you just see a bunch of shelves with a bunch of glass containers filled with different
Fetuses.
foods. Not fetuses. Definitely not fetuses.
But the food is there to feed us.
It's just one big storage room.
I'm gonna look around to see if I can find like a hidden entrance or something like that.
Alright, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
And after that, I'm also gonna look at the jars and stuff to see what that stuff's about. Investigation
Find any sardines, toss them up.
0, so 13.
13?
Yeah.
You do not find any secret doors or anything of the such.
And then I was also gonna look at the jars to see what they were.
Through investigation on the jars, they just look like extremely old jars of pickles, beets, carrots,
Boy, we found so
etc., etc.
Nartho, go grab those
Okay,
pickles.
is there a candle I can light, or is there any like light source I can ignite?
There's a torch attached to the
I
wall.
love pickles.
You were Snow.
What did you say, Tanner? I couldn't hear you.
There's a torch attached to the wall that you could light to bring light into the room.
I'm going to light it.
All right, you light it, and it's just this nice little beautiful flame in
Okay.
comparison to your giant bonfire you had started in the hallway.
When your eyeliner is your eyebrow.
And, okay. And I lean out of the door and say, I got light.
Honey,
Yes.
Nartho gonna Gonna go see what in there. Narth will be right back. Don't worry. Narth will only be gone like 2 minutes.
All right,
Narth,
Nartho.
Narth, I promise. He's gonna waddle in after Minato.
I don't like that you're rolling dice, sir.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Nartho's gonna go into the room and see all the jars of food, and he's gonna be like, start like stuffing his arms and be like, he wants all.
How
the
many
food.
of these shelves can you reach?
Can't even reach any of the food shelves.
There's one set of shelves along the bottom that you can reach. The rest are a little bit above you.
3 feet high. She can get a
High
couple
grade.
of. He can get
I
a
give
couple
a
of
jar of pickles to Nartho. Here you go, little buddy.
Thank you. Nartho's trying to like fill his arms with
Why are
jars.
Minato and
Between
Nartho
your
so
arms
pure?
and your
Up
pack,
in the goblin.
you can get
He
like
thinks he's being nice to a child. He's
8
drunk,
assorted
doesn't see
jars
color.
of different foods.
8 pickles. Is there a sardine?
Do you specifically want specific foods?
8 pickles. 1 sardine.
Like 8
Done.
jars of pickles and 1 jar, or
1 jar of sardines. 8 jars of pickles.
Barely
They're-
carry 1 jar.
They're not like jars. They're
Jars.
like
kind of
jam
like your
jars?
typical mason jar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay.
They're
I'm
not
gonna-
huge.
I'm gonna call back up. Like, don't forget to keep checking on Jebidiah just in case he tries to wake up again. And the rope he's tied with, if we make sure that he's still secured, we can try and loosen one end and let people up with that.
I have rope.
You have rope?
Yeah.
We all have rope.
Perfect.
I go to check
And the bed
Jebidiah.
sheets.
All right. As you turn around and go back over to him, you see one of his hands is free and he's trying to get the rope off the other hand.
He's awake!
Hit him!
I quickly go to punch him.
Roll the hit.
You have advantage because he's prone. So
roll 2.
are you just gonna kick him in the face?
17.
Sorry, 17 plus your strength.
Roll damage.
Plus my strength
Yeah.
for roll to hit.
If you're doing just a melee attack with
Yeah.
just your fists, it's
Oh,
strength.
then it's a 15.
Unless you're a monk.
That still hits. Roll damage. 1d4 plus your strength modifier.
Well,
No.
1d4 is
That's
It's
not a
another
D4.
if you're a monk, you get 1d4. Otherwise, it's just your strength modifier.
I thought it was always a 1d4.
It can't be.
1d4 is an improvised weapon. So like a table leg, or but if it's just your bare fist, unless you have unarmed combat, then it's just your strength modifier, minimum of 1.
Duly noted. What's your strength modifier?
-2.
So minimum of 1. So she at least does 1 damage to punch
Yeah, I
him.
do 1 damage.
Alright. Goes back to bed.
And then I'm gonna go to tie his wrist back up as best I can.
Alright.
This poor guy just keeps getting punched.
Okay.
I feel so
There we go.
bad. He's out again. You
Good.
guys need to come back.
Are you nervous or are you pitying
don't-
him?
I don't like punching people. I'm not a violent person.
Think,
I don't know, you seem like a natural to me.
think of it this way.
I
You
basically
said
just
you said he had a woman. You said he had a woman tied up in his closet,
yes.
and the man literally he didn't have skeletons in his closet. He has skeletons in his basement, and a woman in his closet. What does that say for his character? Do you really should you really feel bad about this?
I don't feel bad about hitting him. It's more my morals that's a problem.
Fair enough.
Nartho's gonna hold his
Alright,
jars.
we'll be quick here then. I'm
Hurry.
gonna go in and take a look around the room.
Nartho's walking out with those jars.
I
If
basically
you
just
want
like
to roll me
He looks at me and he's
investigation.
like,
I was trying to see if there's something more to this room than a storeroom because I don't think he'd have corpses just guarding a storeroom.
Alright. Through just your passive perception, all you see are the shelves and the jars. The torch that Minato lit on the wall.
Okay, so I'll just start investigating, looking around.
Okay. Minato, is there anything else you wanted to do?
I'm just gonna help him so he can roll with advantage.
Okay.
I don't need it. Got him at 20.
Alright.
woo.
Fine then.
But I will do it again just to see if I get another nat 20. That's a crit fail, so thank you very much for your help.
The drunkenness wore
But no,
off.
I do.
That crit 20 would have been mine.
The second dice I rolled was from your advantage. Hush up, you fool. But no, thank you. I do appreciate the help.
Shade has been thrown.
It is very shady down here, as we are underground.
Panda says, according to D&D Wiki, an unarmed strike, if it's not the 1d4 from monks, so on and so forth, it's 1 plus your strength modifier.
A 1 plus your strength modifier. Okay. So,
So I tickled
With
him.
probably still a
minimum of 1. Okay. So I was close. Thank you, Panda.
With your natural 20 on
So
investigation.
that's a 31 then, if you do the
31?
math that way then. Because I only have +1, but then 20 makes it 10, right?
You find that on this back wall of shelves and glassware, it would be like the shelves are all nice single shelves. They're not like one shelf gap, one shelf gap, one shelf gap. It's just like one solid shelf. But on this back wall, it's one long shelf and then a slit. Shelf. Slit.
Shelf.
Like,
So it's divided in there, whereas everything else is just a straight shelf.
yes.
I knew that.
Okay. I'm gonna go over
I saw
and
his dad written there.
see if there's any like levers or switches, like if I move any jars around, if there's anything hiding. And if not, I'm just gonna pull the thing out.
Well, going based on your 31, from moving the glasses and pulling some off,
Yeah, I'm just gonna just
passing
go
them
like
to
this.
Nartho.
No, I'm just gonna arm
you're
and
just-
just chuck them off and then.
Alright. As you're
With all the food.
I'm a cat knocking things off the shelf.
Yes, he's just
No, he's going up to everyone slowly and just.
Just dramatically, just.
Alright.
How dare you waste food?
How are you
Narcissus
doing?
best
Are you
not
just
be.
putting your
I'm just
arm dragging across?
sweeping each shelf and like just clearing it out and then taking a look for a switch, looking for a switch or anything weird and feeling around on the shelf. And then once I've gone through all of them, if there's nothing there, the shelf will be much lighter now, and I'll pull it out.
Okay.
Narcissus takes a rogue pickle
You go to
off
the top
ground
shelf,
and eats it.
sweep, they all come off. Clatter onto the ground.
Slowly be covered in dirt.
Tears
I
go
gained
down.
their attention.
Absolutely. Go down to the second shelf, grab, sweep, all of them. These are about 5 shelves. Boom, 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 boom,
Is he
boom.
doing
You go down to the middle shelf, you sweep, all of them fall off, but as soon as you get to the one right beside the slit on your left-hand side, it stops your hand and it's
It's very solid.
very solid. It stops you from pulling it off.
God, your phone's making weird noises.
Is it?
I think it means the signal is disconnected. Dylan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What's it the beep beep?
Beep, beep.
Let's just check here to see if anyone else is trying to phone in. It doesn't appear that way, which is a good sign.
Nartho has tears as he's eating like a pickle off the ground. How dare you waste food?
And so then, like, this one's solid?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one at the
Eating.
I'm
Middle
trying
shelf
to do something like
at the end.
bop it, twist it, pull it. I'm trying to either tilt it or twist it or push it or lift it, whatever it is that activates it. Just fiddle with the jar for a minute.
Alright, just from playing around with it for a solid minute, nothing seems to be moving this jar.
I'm gonna open it.
Gotta let you Zelda tattoo.
Alright,
Hey, Quinn,
unscrewed cap. Cap comes off perfectly fine.
it's one of those water.
I'm gonna reach in the jar and see if there's a switch inside the jar.
Alright,
3 or 4 years old now.
as you stick your hand in the jar,
People would have fun.
Oh no! Oh no!
you take 4 points of acid damage.
Fucking.
Is Johnny okay?
No! As the hair's just falling off my hand.
But that's not normal. Does
I'm gonna
Johnny want a sardine?
Hey, not my sardines.
Did you take the lid off and put your hand in and grab a sardine?
He's gonna try and give one to you.
You take 2 points of acid damage as you stick your hand in and grab a sardine.
He ate a pickle off the ground. What is that?
Actually,
Take another 2 damage from the acidic pickle that you ate.
Okay,
I
Narco.
was gonna say pistol.
Acid gun.
I thought it was a water gun. No. All right.
Narco drops all of his
water
jars and is keeling over. I'm
Son
hurting.
of a biscuit.
Narco hurting.
All right.
What's happening?
Where's my pencil at?
Can I take some time just to mess around with this jar some more?
Absolutely.
Try and figure it out.
Chug,
How much time do you want to take to fool around with this jar?
5 minutes.
Okay. So
Why
while
is
you're
it
fooling
so
around with it for 5 minutes, I'll go to everyone else and see if they
Yeah.
want to do anything.
And yeah.
Does anyone want to do anything in this room or the room upstairs with Mr. Jebidiah?
I'm gonna yell. What's happening? I hear everyone screaming. Are you okay?
I'm just gonna follow Norman's lead, Johnny's lead.
There's just. It looks like he pickled food in acid.
Narco's
So-
holding his head. Narco hand burnt. Narco's tummy hurt.
You know, I have a feeling this dude just has a really weird trend with preserving things in not normal fashion. Like, you know, dead people in his basement. And pickling food in acid.
Narco tummy hurt.
I'm also
Narco,
gonna check
puke
on
it up.
Jebidiah.
As you check, he's still asleep.
Gotta tighten the knots around his wrist a little tighter.
Give me a strength check.
No. That's 6.
You think they're tighter. Oh god. Like you give them a yank and they feel like they get a little bit tighter, but you're not sure if they're tight where he's not gonna be able
Alright,
to move.
so I'll go
or-
back to my spot.
You feel comfortable in the situation.
Plus 10 comfort.
I'm gonna, as I'm messing with this and I hear Nartho sniffling, I'm like, Nartho, it's still really important that you gathered those. They may not be useful for food, but acid could be useful later. So you did a really good job gathering all those jars.
Narco did good. Just shaking thumbs up with his burnt hand and
You
his
need to
hurting
kiss
tummy.
Nartho's thumbs better.
I don't want to take acid damage again.
Narco and me. Narco, just take a nap. No, Narco just lay
Lies
here.
down on the floor covered in acid from all the broken jars.
If you're laying down, I want to know where you lay down.
Nartho, come back. I can help you. Just come back.
Okay, Narco's gonna go back. He's gonna look up the ladder. Narco can't reach ladder.
We're back to this.
He has his little hands up. Trying to reach
boy.
the ladder.
Rip, Paul's dead.
Whoa,
I will-
Black Betty. Whoa, Blackberry and Bramble Jam.
Do you have a rope you can
Are you
maybe throw
doing
down
anything
for
in the
Narco?
meantime?
Well, I think we're gonna try and get this guy up here.
Stand-
Are you looking
Do you
up
have
a
a
healing
rope?
spell for Nartho?
I'm just saying. Oh shoot! I have to touch him. Well,
Can I take Cure Wounds?
yeah,
Healing Word is a really good spell because it's a bonus action and ranged. It just does half as much. Though.
yeah. I might have to take that next time. Oopsies.
Yeah. Well, as a cleric, you know all your spells. You just have to re-prepare. So.
Well, I will start. I'm gonna attach one end of my rope to like the bed frame and then toss it down the hole so that
Narco's gonna
we have a better thing than the ladder.
Narco's gonna pretend to be dramatic. Narco dying. Narco.
Pretending to be dramatic.
As you're climbing up,
Pretending to
I will need a
die.
Strength check from you.
Are you
Me?
coming up?
Okay, yeah, Narco's gonna be like,
Oh,
With disadvantage.
oh,
because you have a burned hand.
oh. Okay. So a 9.
Yee.
You get about halfway up and start sliding back down.
Ah, Narco, I can't do it. Hand hurt too much.
Should we start pulling the rope?
Yeah, we'll both start pulling the rope to try to like escalate escalator him up.
Okay, whichever one of you is in front, roll with advantage.
Well, that'd be you because you put the rope down.
I think you should roll.
I think you should roll.
Dangerous.
I have a
But you-
-2 to strength.
Well, you
but
So do
okay.
both
I. We have the same.
Oh god.
Advantage! That's a 3.
That's
With advantage.
You start pulling him back up, and you get back up like to that halfway mark, but then suddenly you lose grip. And he's back in the hole.
I'm so sorry, Nartho.
In the hole.
In the hole.
Naruto trap!
Nartho, are you okay?
Think about it. Just a few
Is
minutes ago,
anything
there was a
broken?
fire in the hole.
Did Naruto take
There
damage?
was a fire in the hole. a few minutes ago.
Did Naruto take damage from the fall? No.
No, you weren't.
He only fell like 5
Yeah,
feet.
well, yeah. Naruto!
Continuously, just.
Naruto trap!
Is there anything else you want to do upstairs?
Did all the rope fall?
No,
It's still tied to the bed.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
It's just
Let's
Like
just
we just
throw that
threw
back in. Try again.
Try again?
Nartho crit fails and pulls the bed in and blocks the hole.
Don't give God ideas.
Should Naruto try again?
Nartho, maybe you should
Uh-oh.
just stay there for somebody to help you.
I was trying to make you
Should
hate
I
me.
climb down?
fair enough.
Can you heal him?
No. But I can pick him up.
You probably lift him up to the...
I don't want to go down there.
No, but I mean, I'll bring him back up.
You do whatever you want.
That's risky because I also have a -2 strength.
Can't lift up Naruto.
We're doing well. Without catching.
Nartho can lift up the cat, though.
Naruto can
And
lift
here's Lion King.
Yeah. The full-grown tabaxi and a little 3-foot Naruto.
Maybe Nartho's just thick.
Have I figured anything out with this jar yet?
After about 5 minutes of playing around with this jar, you think that your best course of action might be to just break it.
Naruto gonna go back
Yep.
to Johnny and Minato
I'm just
now.
gonna-
Here's a band-aid.
Grab, I think
Ask
I have something
Minato
specific for this.
to, I don't
Yeah,
kiss your
I have
hand
a belaying
better.
pin, which is just like a wooden pin from a ship they use for like
Blow
tying
him a
down
kiss.
rope, and they can be used for like bludgeoning. I'm just gonna like pull that from where I have my sword, have it right next to it, and just pull it out and just smash. I'm just like, yeah, like Minato's just seen me like been playing, like analyzing this jar for just like minutes, and I just stand it up. I'm like, all right, I think I got this. Look at him, and I just grab it and smash the jar.
Alright. As you smash the jar and all of its contents
I'm gonna step back so it doesn't
exit
splash
the
on me.
jar, you hear a little...
It's a dramatic way to seal a door. You have to fucking replace a jar every time you open it.
That's why he has so many.
It clicked. I'm gonna pull and then push. See which one's first.
You pull and then push?
Yeah.
Alright, well you grab onto the shelf and you give it a good yank and it starts to along the floor. But you you notice that as it's dragging, it's like building up the dirt in front of it.
I'm gonna push.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
How are you pushing the door? Do you just like a revolving door? You just kind of hold on to it and push it in, or do you?
I'm
Just
not
give
gonna
like
do
a
it-
good shove.
Yeah, I'll just give it like a big shove.
Okay. Strength check.
Minato, let's move this thing.
I got it.
You got it? All right, I'll help you.
I got this. Is it trying to open towards me or away from me?
I'm just trying to push it in real quick. I don't want to enter the room.
Push
as
it?
Yeah, let's just shove it open.
Between the two of you, decide who wants to do a strength check with advantage.
You.
I got this. And I'm just gonna kick it wide open.
With a you.
22. Oh, sorry, forgot the thing. 32 is the crit.
Oh! That's much
That door
different
is
than a 22.
The door is not meant to open this way, but it did.
As Johnny, you put your hands on it to get ready to push it, Minato just comes in, gives it a good boot to the middle shelf, and as this door slams back, you hear that lock back into place, but then you hear it as the door kind of just goes in.
The hinges just stop there, and he just like ripped them out when they forced back the other way.
And then I look at Johnny and say, "No door can hold me."
It's fine, you can punch me after.
I get to punch God.
But know that there may or may not be repercussions.
Uh-oh.
What was that one you where like they're asking those kids what they want to do with their life, and one kid just said, "I just want to punch God in the face."
Oh!
I mean,
Have you seen that video?
No!
No?
It's a mood.
He's like, but somewhere between 8
yeah,
and
after
12
like
years
2
old.
a.m.
But yeah, so he just breaks it open.
It's not like wide open. It's probably got like a good 5-inch gap where there probably shouldn't be a 5-inch gap now. Because the door is
And now
the
I'm just
opposite
gonna
way.
push it open and walk in.
What is able to push open?
You can certainly try.
I think we're supposed to open it this way, Minato.
Oh, okay.
Let's
I
drag it.
go the other way.
We're gonna pull her back.
Alright. Between the two of you, you pull it back, not a problem. The dirt still bunches up, so you have to pull it, and then one of you get to the other side of the door and push while one pulls. Just the nature of dirt piling up over time.
Yeah.
And you open it without a big issue at this point. Especially with the door
See, I
being
told you.
broken.
No door can hold me.
Well, this door just recently was holding pickles, not you, so we don't need to worry about that. We need to worry about Nartho.
Soft sobs.
Does one of you want to check my phone and see if Soraya message saying she's on her way yet?
Is it still Skeleton Detective?
No, that's someone else. It should be a text.
Just left bank. About
Just
4
left
months ago.
bank about 4 minutes ago. Alright. So then with that, as the doors open, we will probably go on break. That way we don't have to worry about doorbells going off.
Okie dokie.
So we'll take a probably roughly... Never mind. I was a little bit too quick. We'll take a bit of a 10 to 15 minute break, and we'll get back to you all soon.
Bye.
That's how it happened.
And
You stole
we
my line.
We are back from break. Sorry in advance that was a little bit longer than I had originally quoted of the 15 minutes.
How was it?
Just a bit. I think it's closer to the 20-minute mark.
Oh.
What are you doing? Why?
Because they're in one of the two.
I'm a cold baby.
Put your coat on!
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Do you want me to open the window?
No, it's fine. The other one's open too. We basically ended with 2 members of the party entering a secret room within a secret room.
2 men enter. No men leave.
There was acid pickles and like a lot of fighting. It's fine.
Oh yeah, we have to catch
Narthos
this.
If
burning.
anyone wants to catch Soraya up, I will give an inspiration point to that too.
I already have one. I'll let someone else get it. Unless I'm free to give it to someone when I catch them up.
If you want to give your current one to someone else, or the one that you would receive to someone else to catch him up, you can do that too.
Alright, well I'm recapping. You guys fight over who gets it.
Dibs.
Okay.
Done.
Alright. So, what happened,
You can get
we
this.
who were down in the basement, you and myself, we wrapped the skeleton up with the rope, pulled it tight, he spat fire on them, we pulled it tight,
Oh yes, I
pulled
remember
it tight,
this.
and then we snapped them in half by keep pulling the rope tight around them,
They were skeletons.
with some flesh on them
So we
still.
snapped skeletons with rope fire. Yep. Okay.
Well, no, they were on fire.
With rope that
And
probably
then-
caught
no,
on fire.
no,
Yep.
We wrapped them and pulled the rope tight and snapped the wrist shut. Cut me out, you disrespectful child. Alright. They dragged the body of the woman they found, who was still unconscious, not to say she was dead.
Okay.
They dragged her into the room and she's there. We've had to knock out Jebidiah several more times, just to beat the shit out of him while he's knocked, he's tied up on the floor because he keeps trying to wake up and get out.
Okay.
We found a door at the end of the hallway which was just full of pickled pickles, sardines, everything. Turns out it wasn't pickling juice, it was actually acid. So I burnt my hand, Nartho burnt his hand,
And
and
ate.
ate a pickle.
So was Nartho in the hole with us, or did you get back out of the hole?
Nartho's with
No,
the
Narthos in the hole.
So Nartho jumped down.
But he can't
Me
get
and-
back up.
Me and Snow are at the top.
They've been
Okay.
struggling to try and get him back up.
Narthos too short to reach the ladder.
And then so I found
just
a secret door behind a shelf. And we broke it because we tried to push it the wrong way, and then we tried it open, and now myself and Minato are...
Did you try to push a pole door?
Yes. Successfully, though. The door gave before we did.
Okay.
Okay. And then we pulled it, and this poor door is just, we've been abusing it. Now it's open.
So
and
you
now
and-
we're going inside.
You and
The
me
secret room
are
is the
going
secret
into
room.
the secret room while I'm just chilling with these skeletons.
They're dead.
They're dead.
You're
in the
just
pickle room.
chilling with these
You're in the
skeletons.
pickle room with us.
Okay.
The acid room with us.
Okay.
Narthos gonna be like, Soraya!
That about sums it up, yep. Alright, what would everyone like to do?
Well, apparently we're in a pickle room.
We're in the
Narthos,
pickle, that's for sure.
Narthos gonna crawl towards Soraya and be like, please! My hand! My tummy! I'm burning! Nartho burning!
Who can't see?
You're on your own
Oh my
there.
god, I'm tearing up. Oh.
Did she actually take damage?
Nartho took the acid damage.
How
Because-
much?
He ate it. Well, only 3 points. Nartho just being a baby.
I'll healing hands you for 2 then.
Nartho feel much better, thank you.
I'll just gently caress your hands.
His little goblin fingers.
You're asking.
What?
Definitely.
Thank you.
You're gonna make me fucking tear up.
Oh.
What a mood.
Alright. Well, I know myself and Minato are going into the room.
Should Nartho follow? He dropped all of his jars, so now he's just like sad.
I'll go into this weird room with you. Actually,
What exactly does healing hands do? I just want to know if it would
It's not his Mario ability.
repair the
Burnt hand.
burn on the hands, or just heal the hit points.
It's in Volos.
so question for you. Is there something in the acid room that I could use to put the acid into like a vial?
I mean,
They're all
Just
in
jars.
jars.
They're all in jars.
They're-
How
It's like
big is this jar?
Like a mason
it's like a
jar.
mason jar.
Like Not a
It's
few.
sealed?
Yes, they're pickled items in the
I'm
acid.
gonna grab one of these.
Alright. You have a
Jar of acid?
jar of acid, basically, yeah.
Jar of acid with pickles in it.
Don't look at me like
I
that.
searched
You thought it was funny.
the room for a deck of cards, or something to that.
Johnny, you don't have to look it up for me anymore. Panda sent me it.
We
wanna
just got there.
You want to look what?
For like a deck of cards or like something to do.
In his room?
You also
Yeah.
know
Oh,
about
you
cantrip.
easily find cards.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
I have
That's one of my
cards.
5 cantrips.
You do that card.
Health equal
Would you
to
like to
spell
play
check
a
bonuses.
game?
Let's play Go Fish.
Did he
You'll
link you
have
the
to teach
spell?
me.
He sent me the description.
For healing hands from
Snow and
Asmar or
honey
from
having a
Paladin?
bonding moment.
Grew up a little isolated, so
When
let's
you
just
cast a
play.
spell, you know,
Alright.
So
It's
you
intense.
use
It's
the one
best.
that I have.
you're fallen, right?
Yes. It's just a race trait. So
No,
it
it's
won't be
just
under fallen.
normal. It's just normal Asmari healing hands there.
It's just the trait. The subclass is different things. I don't know if it'll repair her hand, but
I don't think it would.
No, it's like how
Depends how good's my
It's like a
medicine.
paladin's lay on hands,
Would it?
Okay.
but you
Would it
use
stop
it
it
in
from
one boost.
hurting at least?
You'd be numb to it.
Can I roll medicine to see if it heals her hand?
Sure.
$23.
You still see it as very much scarred and kind of like blister bubbly. But you don't feel the pain from
Yeah.
it. You're very numb to it at this point.
Well, Narco at least a little bit cooked now.
Say you find a deck of cards in his room fairly easily, so you two could play cards if you wanted to.
Yeah, we're playing Go Fish while they're doing this shit.
So, Soraya, you
Go
find yourself the
Big
jar,
Bells.
and you healed Nartho's hand to an extent. Is there anything else you two wanted to do before Ajani and Minato enter this other room?
I mean, I'm down to go into this room with them.
I thought Narco was going to.
We're all going
Alright.
into this room.
Narco can't get up the ladder.
Do you all have dark vision?
Yep.
When you're
All
a
four of you?
failure.
How many skeletons did we kill?
3.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the party and be like, I feel really sorry for Honey and Snow being stuck upstairs.
They should come down.
I think I'm gonna go and try and trade spots with one of them so I can keep watch. I need to take a rest too. I've been beaten up quite a bit.
Cool.
So, so
We're going back to the no eye
So
contact.
before they all
Yeah.
like wait here so I can switch spots with someone.
yeah, like if you guys need me, come give me a call or switch out with me. But I feel like those two have done quite a bit of keeping watch. And then they can take over down here for a little bit.
Are you going back up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want them to be stuck for the whole session.
Alright.
So.
Alright.
I'm
Fine
gonna.
with playing Go Fish. We're having time for fucking
I have
laugh.
a climbing speed, so will that make it easier for climbing the rope?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like nimbly just go up this rope right past Nartho.
Why didn't you bring Nartho?
Nartho's going into the room.
Oh, what room?
He's
That-
going
we
with
found-
Minato
so-
to a room we don't know
So
about.
there was a room down at the bottom of the tunnel.
Remember that pole door that they pushed open?
They're
door?
upstairs.
What door?
They can see this.
All right.
So down there, you know how there's Nartho was talking about pickles and sardines that were actually
Yes, where's my
acid jar.
sardines?
Ask Nartho. You want some sardines? The man was pickling things in acid. Nartho. That's why Nartho's hand's messed up. And I show you my hand. I'm like, that's why my hand's messed up.
My condolences.
But one of the shelves was actually a secret doorway. So I didn't want you guys have been keeping watch up here. I figured if you guys want to explore a bit more down there, I could take a break and watch these two while one of you or both of you decide to go down and investigate more.
I'll go investigate.
I stand up, climb down.
I'm
See
gonna
the rope?
need you to catch me.
You trust your
I
rope,
can
don't you?
try.
I don't climb.
Well,
I need to be caught.
Question.
Privilege.
Can I Spartan 300?
I'm not asking this question as like a, but more of like a I need to know in terms of if I'm making checks. How much does your character weigh?
How much does a polar bear weigh?
enough to break the ice.
You remember that commercial?
102.
102.
Wow.
You dainty.
Yeah, she's lighter than me.
I'm like a string.
If-
Are you wearing medium or
you're-
heavy armor?
That's
Am I
also
wearing
a solid
armor?
question.
You're a cleric. Hopefully you're wearing armor.
I mean,
Most
I didn't write
armor
it down.
class.
Most
You have an armor
likely.
class of 15. Hang
I
on.
think I have leather armor.
Wait, not even AC of 50 plus dex, that's why.
I think I'm wearing leather armor because that's what I had.
Okay.
Hold on.
What armor are you wearing?
Leather.
Leather.
You can take medium. And then you don't get make the
So doing.
Then you get disadvantage on the
Depending on what her answers are, you might need to make a strength check to catch her.
I have leather armor.
Leather.
Just leather armor.
I'll still get you to give me a strength check to catch her. It just won't be as high.
Oh. 2. Oh.
How does one inspire somebody?
You have the inspiration point, so you
Oh,
can.
I mean,
How do I
But I
inspire
mean,
if
You-
you're
you-
down?
but you'd just be landing on me.
You'd want to say something if you want to do it like that. Like you could do it like through saying something. Yeah, like how he said like put your fucking back into it for me.
How do I tell someone to catch me better?
How do you want to tell them to catch you
You're
back?
like, are you sure that's
No,
it?
as you're like falling back, you could be like, remember, you don't want to mess up this beautiful opportunity. And then Snow's just like, she won't let me fucking forget it. And then she's just like, I can't drop her.
Okay, as I jump to the left, to the left. It inspired you.
Roll it.
I start with leather armor, but I can get probably one of these two.
Oh my god.
That's even worse this time.
Was it a crit fail?
No, it's a 7.
Is that a 7?
It's a 7.
Oh.
5.
Then I have
Oh.
a 14 AC,
I just fall on top of her.
which is minus
Him.
Him.
both proficiencies too, so.
You have a very feminine aura to you.
No.
Your proficiency doesn't add to it.
Oh, so
Stick
it's
out
just
your
proficient.
arms.
You can't use armor you're not proficient.
Honey's like, to the left! So you
That's
move
what
to the
for
left,
Proficiency for weapons, that's it.
and she lands in your arms, and you're like, I got this! And then all of a sudden your legs give out, and
The
Ow!
Still caught you.
between the speed of her coming down that 10 feet and you not having the strength to catch her as you thought you did,
Don't get to go to the
you take 5 points of crushing damage as she lands
I
on you.
need to borrow.
Do I
Oh my god.
No, because she
Because I have
cushioned
a
you.
gold.
Which is why she took the brunt of it. He took the brunt of it.
Ow! Okay. I slowly get up. Thank you, Snow.
Can you, like, heal me or something?
I'm going to just check on Jebidiah again
Like
real
my
quick
arm is
before,
broken.
just to
My
make sure.
tail's like kinky.
Speaking of
It's broken.
Huh?
you check on old man Jebidiah. And as you turn to bed, he's working on getting his...
How many times, old man?
It's gonna be the 5th time.
Has he noticed me?
Not yet.
I'm gonna sneak up on him.
Oh
Alright,
god.
roll stealth.
So 15 plus 21.
You are a silent killer.
I'm gonna take out my belaying pin
Okay?
and then pick up something from the side, just
Okay.
something off the end table, just like a
He's
knife.
got a beautiful stone sitting on there. He's like a rock collector. He's got
Oh,
like...
shit. A geode.
Yeah, sure. But not quite.
And then I'm just going to like with the belaying pin, I'm going to smack him on the back of the head, and if he's still like conscious, I'm going to take the stone and smack him in the same spot.
This poor guy.
Okay.
How is he not dead?
Because we're not
Get
trying
with
to kill him.
advantage.
Because he's prone, yeah.
We're not trying to kill him. We're just knocking him unconscious.
So
Are you trying to kill him this
no,
time? Okay.
16.
Fuck, I
You
should've
hit.
just done it.
Okay.
Right? Like, we're the best for it. We're just kind of like, eh.
6 damage.
He's back unconscious. But
Alright.
instead of like falling backwards, he's like hunched over forward.
I'm gonna break his thumbs.
Oh!
Alright, well, you break his thumbs, no problem.
I'm gonna retie him up.
Done.
Alright. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna sit there with a knife under his
Sit
chin,
on
just
him.
waiting for him to wake up. Oh, yeah.
How is he supposed
Just,
to
yeah.
text now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there with a knife under his chin. Just wait.
Yeah, text, it's a rock.
Next time he wakes up, I'm gonna talk to him.
Okay.
The Rocky.
And now you 5 are down in the hole?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
Everyone else is down in the hole, and they're going
Except
into
you.
the room. Yeah, so I'm taking over Jebidiah while no one else is here.
sounds good.
Uh-oh.
Those
Awesome. Bad
Every-
idea.
You just did a
just
bad
for a peace
thing.
of mind for me, does everyone have dark vision?
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
don't have to keep asking.
There's not one human polishing his short sword in this party.
Awesome. Hate you.
You love me.
Alright, so as you enter this room,
It's a throwback.
you
Rude.
you
Not everyone's
find
there.
a bunch of not lifeless, but kind of comatose bodies,
Like the girl.
like the girl.
Well, she.
There are so many people.
If you were to do a number
Oh,
count, you'd
yeah.
probably count about a half dozen bodies.
Wait,
One,
wait. I want to
one,
grab an
one.
intact
That's
jar
3.
from the room first.
Done. You have an intact jar of acid.
There we go. Thanks.
3, 1.
No.
What?
It's 1, 2, 3.
Oh, 1,
4.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
No, then it goes. Then it goes 5, 6.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, backwards.
4, 6, 5, 4. 3.
We get an educational up in here.
Natho has heard himself
Dude,
in
they
his
look
confusion.
like they're still breathing.
Are you medicine check?
He has an intelligence of 3. He tried.
That's good.
While they're checking that out, I'm going to
24.
quickly cast my Cure Wounds to heal the fall damage.
Done. Pardon?
24.
24. They're
Girl,
definitely
we get
breathing.
12.
It's
I'm
faint.
just like,
Like
I'm so sorry.
they're on the edge.
Accept it.
Can I grip the yellow skull and ask if there's a way to save them?
Through a religion/prayer.
It'd be religion. As a hope that Trinosh responds to me. Which would be...
Another way you could do divine intervention is if it's something you want to have more common. You could, besides religion checks, which are kind of, you could do religion checks, or if you are looking for divine intervention, some people have done it before. Where it's like a percentile to see if the god's listening to you at the time. So, but that's
15.
15. I think for future checks for divine intervention, I'll switch to the D100.
yeah, because the gods deal with multiple planes. So some people like to add different stats to it. So
You feel a presence watching over you, but no words come to your ears.
What else is in this room, or is it just the 6 bodies?
It's just a flat, similar to the hallway, of dirt walls, ceiling, floor with the wooden structure pillars holding it up. So it doesn't just collapse.
Like, no tubes, no science, no nothing. Just 6 hanging bodies.
They're not hanging, they're laying on the floor.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get up and excuse myself and see if I can get out of the hole for a second.
So then you're up with Captain Ajani?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Do you happen to have a climbing speed?
No, I do not.
Then give me a strength check to climb the rope that was left there.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, you get it up, no problem.
Okay. And then I'm gonna excuse myself. I
put the word "it" in there.
just tell Johnny I need to lie down.
Sounds good.
I'm not gonna break eye
And then-
contact with Jebidiah. I'm like, yep, You have your guest bed.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go to the kitchen.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a knife.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the bed.
Okay.
I'm gonna close the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna lock the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna get real comfy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna slit my throat.
Done.
What?
Why?
You,
I am confusion.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to be descriptive with this.
Wait, why?
America,
So-
explain.
Naruto's friend!
You hear him leave and go to the kitchen, and you hear him rummage around. The first thought that goes to your head, he's probably grabbing like a midnight snack or a drink to take to bed with him. You find probably the sharpest knife you can based on what you're wanting to do. You walk to, I'm assuming, the room that you put Nartho in. You sit down, think to yourself for a bit, lay down, think, maybe this time, and give yourself one good slit across. You feel the warmth slowly fade from you and into coldness and blackness.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? That's not okay.
What just happened?
What do I see now?
Probably something to
You-
backstory.
For probably like a good few moments, what feels to you would be minutes, maybe to a half an hour, would be nothing but blackness, when all of a sudden this voice of serenity comes to you. Oh, my Minato, I've longed to see you again. But you must keep going. Find a way. And as she finishes that sentence, you see this beautiful, kind of like a porcelain style mask come into view as this woman with black clothing sort of appears with black feathered wings out from behind. And she says, "Please, you must help them. Find a way to bring me back." And she leans in, places her face/mask upon your cheek, and pushes you back into the darkness.
And I'm gonna yell, Veronica! I have questions.
And
Imagine
as
how many
you
questions we
finish
have.
your question, or your statement of saying that you have questions, you just feel that endless feeling of falling. And with that, I will cut back to everyone else. Good day.
How many jars of acid were in the other room?
Quite a lot. There'd probably be like 10 or so. I don't know.
And is it specifically food in this acid, or does it look like food?
It appears to be. Well, no, because she ate a pickle. It's- from what you could just vision, it appears to be food.
I want to find the oldest person in this room.
Like, of the people laying on
Yep.
the floor. You find an elder gentleman. Kind of like a long white beard.
I'm a what?
You're a wizard.
A wizard.
Out of curiosity's sake,
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm pouring the jar down his throat.
When you make the DM choke.
Not in the good way.
Before you do this, just keep in mind you may not have been here, but your character was here to witness me stick my hand in a jar and lose skin and fur. Your character was here to witness this goblin stick his hand in a jar and eat a pickle.
But were either of you on the brink of planes? Because they're not on this plane of existence.
Do you know that?
No, but I'm taking a rough estimated guess.
You're just killing
They're
off
very
the old
physical.
I need confirmation if you're pouring this down his throat.
I don't
I
want to go
can't
and
stop
shove
you.
him away.
Just keep in mind what your character knows versus what your character would do.
Man, not being here for an hour and a half really messed me up.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's-
so guess it's not happening then. If my
'Cause-
character remembers seeing burning flesh.
I was gonna say because if you feel these bodies is physical and your character, you may not have seen it, but your character saw two of your party members as dumbasses stick their hands in one after another of two different jars.
Nartho's not smart.
You had no excuse.
I want to use my Eyes of the Grave again to see if there's if anything's changed since we opened all these doors to see if there's any undead nearby.
There's not.
Okay. So they're not undead, but they're not alive. And there's nothing else in this room besides these 6 bodies.
Correct.
And they're breathing.
Correct.
There has to be something in the acid room. Going back to the acid room!
Okay.
Should we maybe talk to Jebidiah? See what he has to say about what's going on?
That might be our best course of action, because if we can get any information from him, we can hopefully save these people. If they're people.
How many jars have different items in them?
There's jars of like what appears to be pickles, appears to be like pickled carrots, pickled beets.
So it's just a variety of vegetables. There's a reason they're here. I'm getting too into this now.
One had sardines in it.
One had sardines in it. It's just like a variety of different things. If you could probably think of it, there's probably at least one jar of it.
And there's nothing else in this room besides those jars.
Correct. And the shelves, and now the busted door. There's also a torch that is lit because of Minato. That's keeping this room with the jars lit.
And then the only thing in the room with the skeletons was the skeletons.
Correct. And that's a hallway that leads to the room with the jars and the hatch that goes back up into Jebidiah's room.
I don't know about the safe, do I?
No.
No.
The only ones that know about that is these 3.
I'll make my way to like the hatch opening.
Nartho
To
won't
the
follow.
hatch opening, so you're going back.
Yeah, going back towards where Jebidiah is.
Okay.
Okay, only
Nartho's gonna go too.
I'm gonna grind up skeleton bones into bone meal. That's what I'm doing right
Easy enough for you as a grave domain
Oh.
cleric.
Nartho, wait! Soraya! Nartho have important tasks to complete.
Well, doing that. It's
Sorry.
impossible for me to see if I can wake up Jebidiah.
Hold out your hands.
Oh, you don't have to wake them up. And they're soon going to be hearing something.
Nartho's on the floor,
God.
and he's counting. 1.
So yeah, I've just been sitting on top of him with my knife at his chin.
Ten,
Kind of like
one
I've just been
gold.
like leaning forward, just like this.
Important task
You-
for you.
You end up waiting
There you
probably
go.
like a minute and a
10
half.
gold pieces?
10 gold pieces.
Okay.
He just counted us all
His
once.
head's getting pretty used to it.
It turns
now.
out you have 5.
So he's not
He did
saying-
get
Doesn't count as much. Oh,
But why?
And suddenly,
Important task.
eyes wide open, and
Snow
now
and trust
everyone
Nartho with
hears.
important task.
Ah!
he just realized his thumbs are broken.
He's screaming in pain because he has 2 broken thumbs.
Hey, quiet up! You're gonna get another finger broken.
Nartho hears screaming.
you broke his fingers?
I don't say that really loud. You just hear him go, "Oh, you're right underneath."
Yeah,
the
I'm
hatch."
right on the opening gun.
Mom and Dad are talking.
He like clenches
They're gay
his
now.
jaw to try and push the pain away as best as he can because he doesn't want any more broken fingers.
So, Jebidiah, what's with the basement? Oh, yeah?
The people.
Yeah? That answers nothing. What about the book? What about the people, Jebidiah? I mean, like, when he hesitates, I'm just gonna, like, take the point from his chin and just, like, smack the flat blade against his cheek. I'm like, come on. I'm impatient. I really want to get to bed, and this is cutting into my sleep time.
Since I'm in the room with the skeletons, would I overhear this as well?
Nartho's also there.
You all hear him scream in pain. In which case, I would assume you start to listen.
I just love that, like, you guys can go investigate. I'm tired. I'm gonna sit upstairs. And then, like, within a minute, ah!
So that's a yes, I can hear this conversation he's having.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want them to roll perception?
It's gonna depend on where you are. Are you in the...
He's grinding the skeletons, so he's in the hallway.
Okay,
But he's
so-
not right under the hatch.
How loud are you?
I'm just talking casual tone to him. He's probably screaming, but...
Are you
It's also
trying
got
to actively listen to a potential
Did you come with
conversation?
me?
Yes.
Talk to
Then roll
thing, or are you
perception.
still not? Where you at?
But then he's not super far away, so...
No. Anyone who's right under the hatch
Okay, no.
can hear it.
Okay, so whoever's right under the hatch can hear it.
It's a 9.
If you're farther away, you just have to roll perception.
Exactly.
Well,
I'm walking towards.
Narthos was with Sarai, then is trying to walk towards. He wants to go up the ladder.
You will catch, like, bits and pieces of it. You can make out that a conversation is going on with maybe, like, hearing every fifth word.
Okay, I'll get closer to the hatch.
You hear mumble mumble, sleep. Mumble mumble mumble. Hurry.
Time.
Honey.
Bed.
Nartho.
I'm not lifting. Why don't
But
you
yeah,
lift me?
anyone who's right under the hatch can hear. Otherwise, it's the perception.
It's
I'm
okay,
gonna-
it's okay,
I want to
it's
move
okay.
closer to the
I'll get
hatch then,
Captain
so I can
Johnny
hear
to
the
pull us
conversation.
down.
Okay.
So yeah, the smacking the
How's
blade
the
against
rope?
his face is like,
Can you
come
climb
on.
ropes?
Last time I failed.
He
I can try.
It's 'cause
stops
we tried to help.
clenching his jaw, so then he can
Nartho have important.
attempt to have a conversation with you, but it's still obvious that he's in pain.
Yeah.
The people that came, that weird magic user, they dropped off a book, spoke with the mayor. They said I had to do it, otherwise I would die too.
You do realize this isn't the only town in the world, right? Riverdale is... You could have left town.
It is the only town when you're trapped in it.
Come again? I believe you live outside of town.
Anyone who tries to go farther than my farm just ends up back.
So you're saying if I was to leave here... You're saying I'm trapped here?
Yes. And all of a sudden a few tears start to roll down his cheeks because he hurts. These thumbs are causing him more pain than the conversation.
Captain Ajani!
Can I yell up, would you like some incentive, and then hold the acid jar?
He wouldn't be able to see
Yeah,
He's 10 feet up.
because of where he would be positioned on the side of the bed, right?
Well, it's a Hijani.
Oh.
But
gotcha.
the hatch is 10 feet up.
Well, I'm still gonna yell, would you like some incentive, and then hold the jar.
I'm like, don't worry about it. Everything's okay.
Captain Ajani, let us up right this instant!
The rope is still there. Like that one that you tied to the
lead
bed.
us. Oh,
I know.
Nartho,
I want him to pull
Nartho
me
wants
up.
to climb the rope.
Gotcha.
Can Nartho climb the rope or try to climb the rope?
Sure, strength check.
Is your hand still burned?
Healed
It
it.
is.
That's a crit.
Plus 4.
Just don't pull.
Plus
I
4.
heard a crit fail. Hello.
The rope break?
Minato?
Yeah. I basically want to see if Veronica will offer me any guidance onto what's with the bodies in the basement. That's why I tried to slit in my throat.
Gotcha.
That's an interesting way.
That was a lot of gods in this campaign.
Yeah, too many.
As you're falling into the darkness, you just hear a slight whisper
You're a
saying,
cleric.
"Let them pass. Let them come to me."
We have to kill them?
Edgy.
Your bidding shall be done.
Oh, Mo.
And then after that conversation with her, you'll wake up, but not as the conversation's happening with Jebidiah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna get up and go back.
Okay.
Is your
So we will get to that.
So Nartho crit failed. I'm trying to climb the rope.
Why does this keep happening? You just can't get up there.
The rope doesn't break,
Okay.
but you do take 3 damage as the wounds on your hand open up again.
From Roper.
Nartho's crying.
I'm going to look at Jebidiah. So, what about this magic caster? Is he still in town? Or is he able to get out?
I don't know how, but he was
How
able to leave.
hurt
Him
are
and his
you?
group.
What group?
Hold on, I have to pull something up. Ah, wait.
I'm
I
gonna
don't have
pretend
it
just
written down. It's on my laptop.
without
Okay,
doing
he
it.
says the name of the group.
He says the
That
name of the
better?
group. It's the name of, like, the continent. Like, Knights of continent name. I think it's Menargian. It's on my laptop. I failed to write it down.
Okay,
I
Knights of
would.
Marinero. Alright.
Done.
Knights of Menagerie.
Sure, Menagerie. Let's go with that.
Monopoly.
Let me.
Overruled. Monopoly's better.
Look up the definition of menagerie before you decide to use that 100%. No, you
I
can,
don't have my phone.
no, we'll do that. We'll do that later. But
Okay.
you can write it down.
We'll just go Knights of blank.
Okay. All right. Are they wizards or are they knights? I'm confused. All right. Let's take a step back. What happened to the bodies in the basement? Why are they like that? Are they dead?
They
One of the
said
bodies
that
is-
I had to do it. They shouldn't be dead yet.
Yet?
It's only been a couple days.
One of the bodies is also beside him, by the way. Don't
Yeah.
forget about that.
Oh yeah. I'm like,
Up on the bed.
Yeah.
He's on the floor.
Oh.
yeah.
Will you
Just
give
take
him
the
the
hand.
comfort?
Is there any way to save them?
I mean, I'm sure healing magic would work. I'm not proficient in the arcane arts. They
You just
told
have
me,
a book based off of them in your library.
They gave it to me and told me I had to study necromancy.
Sick.
Why?
For your education.
Apparently, they needed one. A necromancer of some sort for their plots.
So you were killing these people to practice necromancy.
Yes. And if I didn't, they would come back and I would become the new dummy.
So all I'm hearing is you chose your life over 5 innocents.
If that's how you want to play it.
So no, that's how it is, my friend. You're
did
not
I-
talking way out of this one.
Did I hear them name drop necromancy like 5 times?
Yes.
I'm climbing this rope.
Alright.
Strength check.
It's a nat 20.
You get up. You jump up.
Yeah, as
Where are these books?
Nartho looks up with you, Jess. Help!
as he like climbs up, like I have the dude's like hand like down on the floor and the knife over his fingers as like you come up.
Where are the book? What's happening here?
Lady Soraya, can you please help us up?
It's like,
Where are
I
these
knew
books
coming down into this hole was
of
a bad
necromancy
idea.
that you speak of?
Are you giving him a minute to answer his question?
Yeah.
Okay. He tells you that it's the Book of Arcane Arts, the one that you found in the library.
He doesn't do that. He doesn't say that part out loud.
He doesn't say that part, but he tells you the name
That
of
it's
the
in the
book,
library?
and you know the book that he's speaking.
Oh yeah, no, I've known like what book he's been talking
So
about.
he
I'm not
said,
saying
I
anything.
think it's in the library.
The Book
then.
of Arcane Arts, it should be found in my library, because I haven't moved it in a few days.
We were just there earlier.
I need to go find this book.
Are you gonna leave him in the hole? They'll just like the book will be in the library when you get back to it. They'll be in the hole when you come back. Either way, both things will still be there.
I mean, I pulled
Lady
them up.
Oh, you pulled them up? Okay.
Alright,
It's a 28 to pull them up.
done.
Everyone?
Over the course of the next,
I
like,
don't know, you get there.
30 seconds, you help pull each of the rest of them up. So
Am I
everyone's
pulling
out of
Snow
the
up?
hole.
Okay.
Thank you,
Unless
lady.
she wants,
Thank
he
you.
wants to stay in the hole.
No, I'm up.
Alright, you help
You have
pull
climbing
them all
speed.
up.
Like I do.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
go
need help.
search the library for this
Oh.
book.
Done.
Thank you, Lady Soraya, and I'll bow.
thank you, sir.
Give me 1 second. I have to roll some dice just in case.
Find a completely different book about necromancy.
No.
Oh.
On
This one's
if
how
you
to
see
make grilled
anything
cheese.
else. Okay.
Do I have to roll some dice?
Perception.
They've both rolled nat 20s. Yeah. Uh-huh. 11.
Alright, you don't
Cool.
see anything. You just
Library.
make your way to the library.
I have a goal in mind. I'm focused. Nothing else matters.
Alright.
You know the name of the book, that helps.
Yeah.
Your conversation with Jebidiah.
Alright. So, for getting present company.
Narthel's just like,
Oh yeah, you guys see, I just have like, his thumbs are like bent backwards and his hands tied, and I have them like pressed to the floor, and the knife over his fingers.
Narthel's totally watching. He's like, he trusts you. He's like, oh, if you're doing it, it must be for a good reason.
What on earth are you doing to him? You were just supposed to keep watch.
He's helping.
I never said I wouldn't do more. I
wants-
just said I will keep watch.
He looks at you as the individual that seems to be of the most good of the group and says, "Help me."
I'm gonna pat him again in the face with the dagger, like, hey, look at me. I'm the captain. Alright.
I'm the captain.
I'm gonna lean down and start inspecting his hands, especially around his thumbs, just to see how hurt he is.
Oh.
You don't have to look hard. His thumbs are clearly busted.
Like, you may have missed this part of the conversation, but this man's been practicing necromancy and killing innocents to practice.
Maybe just wait. Maybe
I feel no harm in the fact that if he's using these hands to kill and manipulate the natural way of these people's bodies,
Then he should be imprisoned. He shouldn't be tortured.
Heal after. We need to save these people. He might be able to help us save them.
he said
Nartho, quit talking, Mom and Dad.
he said these people might be able to be saved with healing magic. If you're gonna use healing magic, don't waste it on him.
I was gonna draw in the dirt on the ground. Draw a smiley face.
Alright, where were we?
You tell me.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna start like plucking it like between his fingers, like, you know how like 5-finger fillet?
Yeah.
Like just tapping it between his fingers. Like, alright. Now if you don't want to lose these little digits, what else are you doing here? Do they come back?
I need a flower in the dirt.
They haven't come back in a few weeks so far.
Have they come back before though?
Only maybe once or twice.
How many of them are there?
As of right now, there's I think about 8.
You said something about the mayor. You said something about the mayor?
The mirror?
Mayor.
Mayor. Oh yes, the mayor.
How do you even remember this?
Is he involved with them?
I believe so.
He is keeping the people stuck in the town? Or who is it?
I believe it to be the mayor. He's the one that controls everything that happens around here.
His daughter's innocent though, right?
I think so.
Oh, thank God.
I don't associate myself with them as the best as I can.
But clearly that's a lie as I like look at the hole.
Could you imagine what would happen to me if I went near her?
Oh, I can only imagine. I'm just gonna like awkwardly like look away for a second. Like, is there anything else you're hiding here? You have the downstairs. You have magic books in the library. You have a hidden room full of bodies. What's with the acid?
That was to prevent people from finding the other room.
Wait.
Clearly,
If it was-
didn't work.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you here, Chief.
This isn't it.
If you want to not draw attention to an already hidden room, I think making it look like a normal preserved room would be perfectly okay. No one would second guess a bunch of normal pickles and sardines in your basement. But you hid them behind undead corpses, and then the pickles were filled with acid. I'm sorry, you raised a lot of flags and there was more tension to be drawn down there.
I ate a pickle.
Do you... Exactly. I'm starting to just really more wonder, not about what's going on here, but why they chose you for their group.
First you break this man's thumbs, then you roast him.
I'm old. I just want to tend to my farm. I don't know why they chose me either.
Is there anything else they gave you?
They gave me a leather-bound book that I couldn't open. I put it in a safe in the other room. But that's it.
There's a safe?
There's a safe.
What's,
It's in the room across the hall.
what's the combination?
I wish I was still here for this conversation.
25, 13, 45.
25, 13, 45. Anything else besides the book?
There should have been some money in there.
Captain,
I think.
Nartha have an important task for you.
Just 1 second, Nartha.
It's very important.
Just 1 second. How much money are we talking here?
Not a lot. It's just a couple hundred gold.
A couple hundred gold. Sorry, for my broke ass, that's a lot. Alright.
Couple hundred?
Yeah, yes, Nartha.
Can I got 10?
1, 2, 3, 10.
Nartha, you don't have to give me your money.
The
I think I've taken this from you.
important task. Nartha entrusted important task to give 10.
Is someone buying me?
Snow told
Don't ask
Nartha
anybody.
important task.
I
No!
want you, Soraya, to roll me another perception check.
Oh man, did I find this book yet?
No. Sorry.
Oh wow, that's oh that was a 17, not a 7. 21.
You begin to hear gurgling coming from across the hall.
It doesn't matter right now. I need to find this book.
Alright.
Sir Jebidiah.
1 second. Minato, you are beginning to regain consciousness.
Gold.
Okay.
Honey.
Jebidiah, why was
This
this
book?
one woman separated from the other ones?
I just didn't have time to put her in the basement before you all showed up.
I regret asking this question.
Why were the Jackawares attacking you?
They like to keep me on my toes.
So this is just the nice way of training you?
I guess. It's a pretty terrible way. They probably would have killed me if you didn't show up. I'm not that skilled.
Now I just feel pity.
So, I have one more question to ask you.
Okay.
If we can get you out of this town,
I'm
would you be able to identify them for us?
I would definitely do my best.
If we get you out of here, your crimes aren't going to go away. But you'll have a chance to repent for them.
Repentance is kind of the only thing I can ask for at this point.
That and probably new thumbs. But
As he looks down, a few more tears stream because he realizes that he probably won't be able to do much for a while.
yeah, those are going to heal naturally, buddy. I'm sorry, but if I can help it, no healing magic for him. You can realign them, but
We'll see.
penance.
It's fine, Splints.
Nartha's gonna tiptoe up to Jebidiah. Nartha have a question.
Okay.
Jebidiah said that the master came here.
Sure.
What?
There's been a few people here.
Is master one of the sleeping people?
Probably not.
Master give you book.
Oh, you're talking about the spellcaster man. No, he's not here.
If this didn't happen, would we have ended up like those in your basement?
Have a little bit more confidence in yourself there, Snow. I'm sure not all of us would have ended up in the
He's
basement
still looking for that book.
Out of frustration, I'm now throwing books off the shelves.
that don't have the name.
Trying.
Arcane
If
Arts.
it doesn't say Arcane Arts, I'm throwing it off the shelf.
Alright, the rest of you here. Boom! Boom! Boom!
Motherfucker!
Where's this goddamn book?
I'll head towards and go looking for the sound.
Alright.
Perception check?
She doesn't really need one to hear books flying across the room hitting
But what about that subtle undertone of gurgling?
Oh, yes, good point. Perception, for multiple reasons now.
Okay.
15.
15. You definitely hear gurgling coming from... So you hear books banging to your left and gurgling from a bedroom on your right. What was your question to Jebidiah? If
his plan was basically to, like, do to
Necromance
us
us.
whatever he did to the...
there's a chance that you might have ended up like this, but given how the situation turned out now, I don't think it would have happened that way.
I think you tackled too many in one go there, my friend.
Very probable.
I step on his thumbs.
No!
All right. And with that, he just passes out again from the pain.
Okay, perfect. I was gonna say, all right, now time to go back to sleep, and I was just gonna like smack his head up against the headboard of the.
You guys are fucking brutal. He's gonna have like brain damage. All the times he's gotten clogged.
Maybe next time he'll think twice, if he can think twice, about what he does to us.
Captain, where Minato?
He needed to go lie down.
Okay.
I think he's in his bedroom.
Hmm.
Well, his bedroom, but you know what I mean.
Honey.
My soul dies a little bit every time y'all say that. What's up?
It's your own fault.
It's not my fault. Y'all ain't friends of mine.
Your friends don't dance.
I'm gonna try to open the door
I got
for the
+5 to
gurgling.
performance. I can do that.
It is locked.
Let's step back. I'm gonna go into the library. Soraya, Miss Soraya.
As you open the door,
I was gonna say, can I have a dex check real quick so she gets hit by a book?
absolutely.
Fuck you.
It's not like he's throwing it to hurt.
I get nailed. That's a 7.
Hold on. Let me see if I can roll a higher dex check.
Well, are you trying to hit her?
No. Oh, no. It doesn't hit her.
He's just grabbing and throwing. So,
So I don't
one
think
could
it- I don't
easily
think it
end
would
up near
be-
the door.
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't think
her
it'd be doing
7
damage,
her
so.
7 beats my -1.
Yeah. Books are just flying. One comes past the door, but
Soraya!
I need to find this book.
Listen, I'll help you in a moment. There's a strange sound coming from the bedroom, and
I
I'm worried about going in
Need
it alone.
this book.
I can help you.
We find
Would
that
you-
book first.
I'll help you first, but I'm just concerned.
We'll investigate it after we find the book.
Alright, I guess we're finding this stupid book first. Before, the thing that
Alright.
might kill us.
Is
It's
Minato
fine.
awake yet?
No.
slowly.
Man, I
So-
love looking for a book that isn't in the room that I'm in.
Sorry for your loss.
I'm gonna pull it out and start reading in the other room.
Okay, is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Oh, that was just a joke. Sorry.
Okay.
Has anybody seen you put the
No,
book
I made sure no one saw me pull that book.
Well, guess we're investigating for this book.
You don't
Put it
even
on the
have to
room,
roll,
we don't
it's
have to
not in
roll.
there.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna help by gently looking and placing things back while Sarai's tearing up the other half of the room.
You like gently looking and placing things
Yeah,
back.
like-
Sorai's right behind you, taking it out and throwing them again.
We make it very.
Just let me know when I run out of books.
Can
You've
Nartho...
got
Well,
a few
Percentiles,
minutes
yeah.
to go.
I don't actually make those calls.
What
just
are the other 3 people doing in Jebidiah's room?
Well, Nartho's gonna go look in the bedroom that he said to go look because he wants to find Minato.
Alright.
Does Nartho
You-
hear gurgling?
Absolutely. I want you to roll perception on something else, though.
Tiny detail. Well, I love that you like them.
17.
You just hear the gurgling.
Okay. Is the gurgling coming from Minato's room?
It's coming from the closed room.
Okay. I think I'm gonna. Nartho's gonna try and open it.
It's locked.
Where's the keys?
Nartho's gonna whip out his sword and try and break the. smash the doorknob.
Imagine he's just in there, like,
Okay,
naked. Just like,
Roll the hit
It's
with
just-
advantage.
Gargling on this. Never mind. Acrobatics check.
Wow.
good check. Performance?
I would go with acrobatics. DC 25.
22.
You definitely hit the door. Roll damage.
To the door?
Yes,
Yeah.
if you break
Imagine
it.
you just
I'm
crush
assuming
the
you're
door.
hitting the doorknob.
Yeah, with. I just take my sword, I guess.
Yep.
7.
Doorknob comes off.
Then push it open.
As you push it open,
Yeah.
you see blood on the floor
Hmm?
that leads over towards a bed,
Hmm?
to which you see something stirring with blood kind of.
Oh! Naruto's gonna run over and be like, "Are you hurt?" Well, are you? Naruto, help!
As you run over, before you put your hands down
Yeah.
on the throat, you see this wound on Minato's throat with blood just coming out
Naruto's
between squirting
Yeah.
because of an artery and just seeping because of an open wound.
Naruto's gonna screech like bloody murder, like
You
scream.
all hear this goblin screech its goblin-y scream.
I immediately stop dealing with the books and run towards the screen.
Naruto's crying and like holding Minato's neck, trying to stop the blood.
I need to find this book.
You're more than welcome to stay in the library.
I don't have an option.
Anyone else running to the scream?
I figure. I
What's he gonna do? Tied to the floor with no thumbs.
yes, thumbs.
Broke
I
it.
just
No
stepped on
usable
And
thumbs.
then Snow stepped on him.
it. I can go.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay and just watch over Jebidiah.
Okay.
I'll just casually make my way over.
I had a book yet.
Saunter.
Yes. As Snow enters the room, you run out of books. So as you enter the room, you see
Did she go to the library or to the room where she heard bloody murder?
room where you heard bloody murder, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You see the blood on the floor that leads up to the bed. Nartho holding Minato's neck. You see Minato kind of like, like trying to move, but kind of can't yet.
Well, that's a bit of a mess.
Do they see the knife in his own hand?
They would see it on the floor,
Okay.
because more than likely he wouldn't have held on to it.
Naruto can't stop it. It just won't stop.
And you see this as well, Hayla, but you're now beside Nartho at the point of Snow
Name reveal.
getting there.
I already had it written down. Our characters just don't know.
Going back to the room with Jebidiah and then.
Okay, you are now with Captain Ajani.
Shh, he's sleeping.
Why is he unconscious?
He's tired.
The
All events have been very
The
stressful.
book wasn't in the library.
Oh, maybe he's confused. Maybe he has another library. You know what? Let's go take a look around.
I'm searching this room to see if I can find it.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Well, I'm like, okay. Well, you're keeping that room occupied. Make sure he doesn't go anywhere. I'm gonna go look for another item. And I'm just gonna kind of saunter off and try and find the room with the safe in it.
Easily doable. You
Like,
know exactly where it is because
25.
he told you.
25, 13, 45. 25, 13, 45. 25, 13, 45.
We'll jump to the safe quickly. As you walk in,
25, 13. What the fuck?
you know exactly what you see.
Sorry.
I don't know exactly what he sees. What does he walk
He-
into?
He sees a safe open
This is
with the
from-
dial busted into 3 chunks,
This is from
Okay.
last session.
and the safe is empty.
Was it from last session? Because I don't remember you opening the safe in the last session.
Yeah,
was, like, at
Naruto
the
opened the
very
safe. Snow took
I'm gonna-
everything and gave Naruto 50
I'm gonna start
pieces
walking down the
that
hall.
he
Like,
distributed.
who
What
took
was in the safe?
fucking
The gold
book?
and a journal.
I didn't know. That was
All right. They're a little busy.
I'm walking down that side of the building. Like, I'm shouting, like, who took the goddamn journal?
Oh, you should go check
And
the
didn't say
library.
anything. It's the calmest your characters reacted about books this whole, like, last 30 minutes.
For good reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like, storm into the room where they're all at.
Nartho's like hysterically sobbing, trying to like stop Minato's
Like,
blood.
who took the goddamn journal and didn't say anything? Oh, fuck.
As you walk in and say this, you are now witnessed with another problem.
Well, now I just look like a dick.
I'm gonna go up to Minato and I'm gonna cast Mending on the wound. And I'm gonna fix that shit.
I don't think it works on flesh.
If I was able to use it to fix broken bones and body parts,
Where was that?
one of Dylan's campaigns. I'm pretty sure it says only as if it's broken.
Like a heart? Boom.
Oh, man.
I'm your husband now.
Mending. Alright.
Single breaker tear and an object you
Spell
touch.
repairs
An object.
Single
It's a
break
single
in
tear.
an object you touch, such as a broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, or a torn cloak, or a leaking wineskin.
Specify.
Specifies an object. Rather than a creature. Cause
What if I see him as a never mind.
The
See
spell.
him as an object?
It's fine.
No, because like the spells will
You could heal it.
they'll
but
say
you won't-
objects,
Yeah.
or they'll say objects or creatures.
You should be able to heal it, but not mend it.
You cast the spell
If he was dead, he'd be constant.
with.
Object, maybe.
You don't feel it take effect, but as you all are looking at it, it's slowly closing and leaving a tiny scar behind it.
Nartho's helping!
I imagine Nartho's still just grabbing his toes. Like
Nartho was holding where it was bleeding. He thinks he's healing him. Nartho, a healer
You're just like
now!
pulling the blood back in his neck as it closes.
Nartho
then
can
I'm gonna
heal!
cast Cure Wounds, obviously, to try and like help this poor man's
Alright.
for 8.
As you cast it, he regains 8 hit points, and
Plus your spellcasting ability.
That is.
That's fair.
Oh, really?
the wound
I didn't
heals
roll high.
faster.
Oh, dear.
Now, to speed up the sake of longevity, because there's only about 4 minutes left, unless we end up going longer, which is up to everyone else, the wound finally seals. You're still looking for the book in Jebidiah's room.
No luck, I'm assuming?
No.
Oh, wow.
Minato, you regain consciousness as the wound finishes sealing, to now having Captain Ajani, Snow, Nartho, and Honey all around you, worried about you.
Nartho's sitting on him with his hands on his neck, trying to.
Nartho's
Push the
just
blood
covered in
back
your
in.
blood.
Yeah,
Nartho's
Nartho's like.
just sobbing. Like,
Hey guys.
Nartho's gonna be
What?
like angry.
happened.
Nartho was scared! Nartho covered in blood! What did you do?
And then I go to Naruto and put a hand on his head. I was like, don't worry, little buddy, I ain't going nowhere.
That's very convincing.
Nartho's still covered in blood.
Nartho, you might want to go get washed up.
He's gonna hop down and walk over to the shower and just sit in the shower again.
Okay.
Clothes on and everything. Just.
That's
Is
probably
Nar-
for the best.
Is Nartho able to hear everything from there?
Not from the bathroom with the shower running.
Okay. I'm going to look at Minato. I'm going to say, alright, now full honesty and transparency, now that what you say won't hurt Nartho's feelings. Did you try to kill yourself?
Maybe.
Alright, there's no maybe about it. You have a knife right next to you. You were in a room locked alone with your throat slit. A knife next to your hand on the floor. Either you tried to kill yourself or you were doing something else. And either way, we're concerned for you. And us, if this is affecting your mental health. Like, I'm afraid of sleeping in the same building with you, mate.
Flipping the mattress to see if it's under there.
And you know what? She's still on the bed.
Jebidiah's on the bed?
No,
No, there's a lady on the
dying.
bed.
There's
Oh.
the one comatose lady on the bed.
Well,
Are you just like grabbing the mattress and rolling her off the bed?
we'll take her off gently first, and then I'll flip it the other way.
Just
lead onto her.
Yeah.
You don't find it.
Surprise.
I'm assuming you're just tearing this room apart like you did the library.
Oh yeah,
looking for this
100%.
book. Okay.
I'm doing it room by room.
Excused?
Room by room. Until I find this book.
It's fine. You don't find this book.
Quinn. You're fine. Quinn. Quinn. We're good.
We had a little bit of a noise happen, and one of our players is very frightened easily, and it causes a bit of a fainting spell.
Quinn.
So, with that, I think we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll see you in a few minutes. All right. Sorry for the very sudden break. Everything is okay on our end now. We got it all figured out, sorted out. We will be ending it here due to latefulness and
Time
everyone
constraints.
needing to get on their ways to get to where they need to be for the night and to prepare for their own days tomorrow morning. So to give a quick, not exactly summary, but just an idea of where we're leaving off for the night. Majority of the party has become aware that Minato tried to off himself, with it not being very successful. And in the somewhat distant background, you hear a ton of clattering, things being thrown about in a very desperate attempt to find a book that could lead to some unknown discoveries for a certain someone. So with that, we will bid you adieu, and I hope to see you all next week. Have an absolutely amazing night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.